Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of Gamers Council. I'm back from vacation, still a little tipsy.
Hey.
Yeah.
He's still drunk, folks. Sorry.
Just a little tipsy.
A little tipsy. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, my goodness. We already got 20 people in the chat. This is awesome. Keep coming on in, and we're going to have some so much fun tonight. We have some amazing guests. We have some amazing
getting early slander already from G Maybe over here.
Oh,
CMoney again? Yeah, we like CMoney.
Oh man,
G Maybe.
You got a bloody nose off that one.
Says I understand, RHETRI. There's no accounting for taste. All right. Okay, G Maybe. We're fighting.
All right,
we're fighting, dude.
All right, dude. We're gonna have to bring him in and beat him up.
Yeah, I think we should invite G Maybe on here. See if he wants to be brave.
Well, maybe. Welcome out, everybody. It's so awesome to have you guys here. We greatly appreciate it, and like to also first welcome in CMoney. What's up, buddy?
What's up, my man? Thank you for having me on. It's been a fun week.
Yes.
And I'm excited to jump into these juicy juices of topics that we have because there's been a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff. A lot of
exactly.
Starfield, a lot of everything else.
A lot of everything.
Starfield and everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I got to do a little pre-intro again.
Here comes the money.
I knew you couldn't help yourself.
You gotta get like something you could put over my screen, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Radio take it to the next level, all right? Next time I'm here, I expect some more.
We'll work out production value. RHETRI, what was our budget like? Okay.
Not great.
We're working on it. Oh, man. And we are so pleased to welcome in for the first time on this show, Psychonauts. How you doing, buddy?
Great. It's awesome to be here. What's up, chat? I see a lot of faces, familiar faces. It's great to see everyone here. It's awesome to be here with RHETRI and CMoney. So I will have to say that I do like your locust drone bust in the back there, my friend. That is,
I think it's spooky as hell.
He got some good stuff.
He got the Xbox hat on that makes him friendly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's chill.
Exactly.
You know you can approach him because he's wearing an Xbox hat. Right?
Yeah.
He's approachable. If he was wearing a blue hat, be like, oh, he might be a dick. I don't know if I can say hello.
No. That dude ain't right. There's something wrong with him.
Oh no blue hats. Yeah, make sure you take the red bill. Oh, goodness. And of course, my sidekick, the wonderfulness, the co-host with the most. It's RHETRI. What's up, buddy?
Nothing. I'm laughing at your daughter's laughing in the background. Sorry. She's having a good time. I don't know what she's watching, but
YouTube stuff. Yeah. So,
all right,
not us. Somebody else.
Yeah, she's not laughing at us. Well, maybe I don't know.
Well, maybe yeah.
Good to be here, man. We got CMoney back, of course. We love CMoney, no matter what G Maybe says over there. But he's obvious. He's just messing around. We got Psychonauts. He's been on our list for a long time. Yes. And I'm just forgetful, and I keep forgetting who we need to ask and who has been on the show. So appreciate you coming out, Psycho. Love what you do on your other podcasts, and good to have you here, man. And we're gonna. He already like I took his avatar from Twitter, and it looked like he already changed it because he's got another Starfield one going on.
That's my original one.
That's his original one.
So,
is that your original?
That's the original.
Okay.
So when Starfield came out, I was like, "Yo, hey, my dude's
dude. What are the chances of that?"
I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So that's
he knew. Psycho knew. Psycho knew the hotness that was gonna graze us. With
3 years ago.
Thanks, Bethesda.
3 years ago.
Exactly.
As John Wolf would say, Latino heat. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Shout out to my wife Doodle in the chat. What's up, baby girl?
Hey, Doodle.
Welcome. One of these days
What's
we're gonna have
up?
to drag her on here too.
I was just gonna say that we have
That's
to
a
get
hell of
Doodle
an
on here as
exclusive
well.
right there.
Well,
Yes.
and she and both of you could be on at the same time, so that'll be just like be like home. See?
Oh
Make it
yeah,
easier on her,
yeah,
see?
for sure. Yeah, no fighting on the show though. I don't want to like break up
They
this
don't
marriage. and all
fight.
that.
They're awesome.
I know they don't. They're awesome. You
Video
guys
game
kind
power
of
couple.
you remind me. You two like watching you two reminds me of me and my wife. You guys are just you can tell the love is there, man. So shout out to Doodle.
That's right.
You know,
Appreciate
putting up with your crap, CMoney.
Yo, facts.
And
Big
on
facts.
that note, big facts. Oh, well, the show started off really good, so
That's how we do it.
we do.
Yeah,
we
we're
do.
just getting started, my friend. So
I think
it,
so.
that's it.
I think
Yeah.
so.
It looks like a Social Security cast. Boss Bob.
Wait, what?
Boss Bob. He said,
What'd he say?
We look like the Social Security
Oh,
cast.
shit.
Damn. This is
Damn.
great, man. I don't want to like die. here
Holy
right now.
mother.
Let that gray shine through, man.
Damn,
Oh,
shout
right.
out to the Graybeards of gaming. Like, we are getting some
Hey.
serious slander tonight. I don't know what's going on. You guys are spicy as shit. Boss, you're
Yo.
supposed to be on our side.
Yeah, it's awesome. We got Mav here. G maybe, of course,
What's
Doodle,
up, Mav?
Mr. Joanna Dark.
Dark.
Oh,
What's
my
up,
gosh,
brother?
awesome. Crispy Bomb, dude. This we are on fire tonight, man. We got some amazing people in the chat. I love it. And man, it's such a privilege to have you guys hanging out with us, even if it's just for a short time. We do appreciate you and the support that everybody shows and everybody else in the community. That's why I jump around to all the shows, man, because I like to give what we get, man. And it's an amazing community. And RHETRI, I know you want to start the show off with your big question, so let's get to it.
Sorry, I'm laughing at John and Dark. He asked me if I'm ready to play Peaches on the Switch. Peaches. The only Peaches I know is Matt Booty. So that's the Peaches that I love. But
All right.
Matt
Another
Booty.
GameStop alum in the house.
not for me.
All right.
Not for me. Yeah. So usually the first question we ask, pretty sure I know the answer to this. I feel like this is going to be the answer for a hot minute. Maybe they'll change up this week with what's happening in Game Pass, but I play Peaches with Sarah Kerndown. That's the girl in charge of the CMA. If anyone doesn't know who that is, by the way, thanks.
I just assumed
Ryan.
it was the
Jim Ryan.
Starfield, Sarah.
Yeah. Well, it could be that too. So we want to know what games you guys are playing, or any TV shows or movies that kind of piquing your interest. So I'll start with you, Psychonauts. What game you playing?
Well, I mean, it's obvious for me. It's
Yeah.
Starfield. I have not been able to put this game down. I downloaded Age. What is it?
Age 4.
Armored Core 6.
Oh,
Had it downloaded.
Oh, damn.
As I was downloading it, I was playing Starfield, and whatever mission I was on sucked me in, and I put it off, and then I'm like, okay, this game has me drawn in, and it's taken all my time, and that's not a bad thing.
Mm-mm. It's so good, dude. It's so addicting.
It is.
So, did you purchase? Did you get it early? Have you been playing since August 31st at 8 p.m.?
Yeah. I did the premium edition through Xbox and have not put it down since. I tried to play something. I think I was playing a fishing game while I had family here.
God, I played it too, and I can't remember the name of it. Call the Wild, I think it is. Call the Wild, the Angler.
This one is in Game Pass. It's something Anglers.
That's the one. That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, just dropped in the Game Pass. Like
It's Call of the Wild Anglers.
It's like Call of the Wild, the
That's the
Angler.
fishing one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that one, that is very in depth with the fishing. Like, you have to like flick your wrists if you're if you're doing depending on the rod you had and shit. So I was like, damn, this is pretty good. And then because family's here, I couldn't just sit here and waste away on Starfield. You know,
right? Yeah.
a little rude, but so
and Starfield time's like a special time. Like when you're into Starfield, you don't want to have to pay attention to literally anything else that's going on because you might miss a story beat or something. You know what I mean? So the fishing game's like a good people around you can stop and oh no, I didn't catch the fish. But to Psychonauts' point, that game is actually pretty cool. I did try it out for like 30 minutes and then jumped right back to Starfield. But is there anything else that you've tried out? Like, since obviously you've been playing Starfield like crazy, just the fishing game or anything else?
No, I downloaded. I played a little bit of Age of Empire 4. Loved that prior to Starfield.
Yes.
Sea of Stars is probably. I've been waiting for that game since it was announced 2 years ago at the Nintendo Direct. It just looked amazing. It just screamed like Chrono Trigger, that old school turn-based Final Fantasy type games. So that it was, and it's just beautiful. And I played it before Starfield came out, and goddamn, that just got me. I was like, oh, I was almost not gonna play Starfield, and then I was like, the FOMO hit, and then I played it, and that's it. But I will return to Sea of Stars because that game is a must play if you have.
That's what I'm hearing, man. Like everyone was propping it up before it came to Game Pass, and I was like, why is everyone talking so much about the Sea of Stars game? So it is very, very high on my backlog right now of what I have to dip into next. But everyone who plays it seems to love it. It looks it's a beautiful looking game too.
A little bit. It's pretty good. Like I'm not that typical type of gamer. Like I normally don't play games like that, but it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
CMoney only play the AAAs or
listen,
the big bangers.
I'm a man limited with time. I gotta choose correctly.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Any shows, Psychonauts, that you've been watching? I know a lot of times I ask this, and everyone's like, "No, man, I just game. Like I don't even have time for TV or anything like that." But I'm curious, like.
Oh yeah.
What you got?
I've been watching a lot of stuff. I am watching right now. Well, in between couple series, but Ahsoka, hands down, is probably one of the best Star Wars TV shows that they have made. Oh yeah,
better than Mandalorian.
That's good to hear. Yeah.
To me, it is. I like it better.
The first season. Not the third one, but like I'm the first season of
now you're nitpicking CMoney. Now you're making
just not a fan of
episode 3.
Grogu is just not my bag. Yeah, I'm sorry, Grogu.
There should be no Grogu slander here. This is you're a gamer's council.
I know, but
you look, Groodle's not in the picture because Grogu's right behind her.
If everybody's got a membership, make sure you dump all the Grogu icons in the chat there.
That's right. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Grogu. That's it.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I do like Mandalorian. Season 3 was better because it touched on the Mandalore. Actual like where they lived and their everything. So that's I like that, and so Ahsoka is kind of that takes like it's kind of like coming off of Rebels. So if you haven't watched Rebels, you kind of want to watch that to kind of get where this is going because I think they had 5 seasons for Rebels, and then so this is technically like that. Season 6, but it's really interesting. Cool. So yeah, so if you watch Rebels, you're gonna love Ahsoka. And
I did. Well, I don't think I finished Rebels, but I have to finish Rebels. I definitely got to finish that. But I didn't realize we're in the what's that?
You know you ain't finishing nothing.
I know finishing things. Well, not now. Now what's going on in my life? Probably not. I want to. The effort, the thought is there. That's what counts. I haven't even started. I mean, I haven't even started Ahsoka either. So, which is shameful. Like, I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I just haven't had a lot of time for TV. But I'm glad to hear that you're liking it. I haven't heard a lot about Ahsoka. Is it getting generally praised right now, or was there a lot of haters out there? I don't know.
Mostly it is praise because because you got David Filoni who is producing this, and he is pretty much George Lucas 2.0. That guy is doing the best fan service to everybody whenever he touches any property of Star Wars, and he's doing the Star Wars. The battles are so much better. This just feels like it's cemented in the like the original trilogy, like the lore and how the everyone is, the mannerisms and how everything is kind of flowing. It just feels like it's like how it should be. So loving Ahsoka. And it's just the lightsaber battles, phenomenal. The villain, which is not a villain but is a villain, he is so good. It's I won't say too much because you need to watch
it's
it.
It's someone we would. It's not like a new thing. It's someone we would know, right? It's from the lore,
no,
or is it?
If you watch Rebels, you know.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, so it comes from Rebels. All right, cool, awesome. Anything else, Psychonauts, or is that what you get for that you've been?
No, I've been watching. What is it? The Expense, because of Starfield.
Oh, Expanse. Yeah. That's a
Expanse.
And this is you've never watched that before? This is your first time?
No, I watched it. I watched all the way up to season 5. Then I watched season 6, and trying to finish that up too. And it's so good. It's just there. I can feel like a little bit of Starfield is kind of got ideas from that show a little bit, possibly, but it's interesting.
I big fan of the Expanse after watching like a Battlestar Galactica, the new one, which is also fire. Oh my god, that's so good. I remember making fun of people. I'm like, you nerds, Battlestar, and then I watched it. And I'm like, okay, this is good. And same thing with Expanse. Like, if you guys are into space stuff, like I don't know if there's, in my opinion, those are the top 2 shows out there when it has to do with space. I'm not a big Trekkie. Those shows are for me 100%. So Expanse is effing awesome. CMoney, sir, what are you playing? And then we'll get into anything that you're watching.
There's only one answer for me. There's only one
answer. It's not the fishing game yet. Oh,
it will not be Foam Stars. Okay, no, it is Starfield.
Baby steps. Oh,
actually, that's going to be my game of the generation. I don't know what this talk of Starfield is. Baby steps. Come on, man. Grown man in pajama, barely can walk. Sounds about right. Up my lane. Nah, Starfield, man. Starfield. That's it. That's the only thing I could think about gaming wise. We watched some of these shows that we're going to talk about, but like even upcoming games that I'm pumped for, it's like I'm pumped for whenever I finish Starfield. Like whenever I stop playing Starfield. It's just that game, man. Like, it just has so much that keeps me like excited to play it, right? Whether it's just exploring and the discovery of it, landing somewhere new, and like little story beats that are there that in general would not matter, but because it's part of such a bigger experience. Like, I was in this cave. I just told the story, I think we had a podcast yesterday. That's why I was remembering. That is in my mind. But I found like this random cave, went down deep into it, and there was like this bed of like lava, like under like this lower thing. So I kind of had to like run, jump, boost, so I didn't go into the lava and like get on the other side. When I went to the other side, somebody was trapped in there, and they were like dying. They're like, no, don't get next to me, I'm like sick. And I was like, nah, man, I'm a hero. And I went and I gave him a med pack, saved him. I got some type of lung disease, but I was a hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I'll get out of here. I'm better now. I'm like, sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like a dope ass experience that I did not even, like, I had a battle to get down there, but like, man, it was so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so random. And that's just one, and that's what it feels like every time I go. I know I'm gonna get a new experience. You know, it's not like
Right.
oh, get back to the same game and just what's the next story beat. Nah, it's like what am I gonna do now? You know, it's so exciting, so exciting for sure.
100%. I mean, it's like it's an open-ended game. It's kind of like a pick your own adventure game. Like you can go down the main quest line, or you can do all these side things, which I think are actually pretty good in this game. I was a little surprised that some of the side material and side quests are actually more interesting to me than the actual main quest line. But I quick question of both of you guys, Psychonauts and CMoney. Have you guys completed the campaign yet in this? Because I haven't. I'm just
God no. No.
Okay.
I started, so I went through along everywhere, you know, got to the constellation, you know, met Sarah, met the gang, they told me everything. Sarah came with me. I started that, went to go see the Vanguard dude, went to see him, went back, finished that part. Then I went back to the Vanguard, did him, then got caught up in the Crimson Sky, the Crimson Fleet like storyline like right away, and I just been in that direction. So that's where I've been for over 30 hours now, just rocking that storyline. Like it's crazy. I hear that the main quest is like amazing and it's like the best one that they've ever done, and like, you know, you got David Jaffe out here, you know, crying, saying it touched his soul and it was like the best single player experience of his life. And I'm like,
that's what he said. Creator God of War and Twisted Metal, you know, hurting blue guys' feelings left and right. Yeah.
Yo, seriously.
Yeah.
But we got a lot to look forward to whenever we do get to that main line. I'll tell you that much. Like, that's good to know, right? Like, if you ever feel tired of just exploring, it's like, well, there is an amazing story waiting for us. So, like, I guess we can go back to that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Psychonauts, how far, like, how many hours have you put into Starfield out of curiosity? I always like asking that question.
96 hours.
You're not.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm right. I think I'm right there with you. I know I'm over 90, so I think I'm somewhere in the mid 90s as well.
How I wish.
Yeah.
Well, you got. I don't have children. I have a very cool wife. I know you do too. Shout out to Doodles. But yeah, you're probably busier than I am. So
we have six kids. So that kind of
my goddamn So
kind of makes it happen in a different
you're
way,
collecting kids over there, so you got things to do, bills to pay. But yeah. I mean, this game is crazy. I think Galvinson said earlier he hasn't been this like into it since World of Warcraft in 2004, and that's kind of what I keep hearing like repeated over and over and over with Starfield. Is it's one of those games that just kind of like sucks you in, and just keeps you there. Like, you know what I mean? And we're having all these. There's so much shit to do in this game. I keep hearing like that. What CMoney just said. I have not been whatever he's talking about. I've not seen it, and that's what keeps happening. Like I keep talking to people and their experiences, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I haven't seen that. I haven't even touched that quest line or side story, and that's what's kind of crazy.
Beauty of it, bro. Like how many podcasts have you been on, and you're talking to different people, and everybody's telling you their experience, and I'm like, dude, like I haven't even seen any of that, and I mean, like obviously I haven't played as much as you guys, but like. 30-something hours.
30 hours is that's a lot
time to experience some stuff, and it's like I haven't even done it. Like when Doodle's playing it, which is so dope because that's a huge win, and like she did something completely different. Like right at the beginning of the game, she stood on the planet that you kind of can leave. And turns out
just laughing at what he just said. Mr. Joanna Dark just said CMoney has his own constellation squad. Yeah, he does.
I do. We're deep. We're deep. But yeah, like you could just explore random shit that I never even thought of. Like in the beginning I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get on the ship because that's where it says to go. And it's like, turns out you don't have to, explore more, find more things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, 100%. To talk on the story, I think I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm on the last quarter of the main story, and whoa, does it get like I get what Jaffe was saying. Like it's starting to make me think this is the best Bethesda story yet. Like so, because it's kind of starting to blow my mind right now, and I'm going, oh shit, like okay, So I hope you once you guys. The thing is like. it's so hard to kind of talk about Starfield sometimes because we can't like spoil anything, and everyone's in so many different points of the game that it's nothing like any other game. Like, you know what I mean? You can't. It's hard to talk about the mainline stuff without spoiling anything. That's, you know, gonna kill it for everybody else. But yeah,
Agreed.
great game, man. Like, definitely. Any TV shows or movies or anything like that, CMoney, that you guys are watching or that you're interested in?
I think we we watched Ninja Turtles this week, even though technically I watched it in theater, but we watched it again this week, and it just reminded me of how good it is. Like, it was really a great movie, and I love the art style, even though Doodle hated the art style, which is wild.
Yeah.
But I did love it, so that was really good. And then, you know, me and Doodle are super into Netflix reality shows. So I have to preface that because I, in general, don't like reality shows, but Netflix just has the secret sauce, man. Like, they get it. Like, The Ultimatum, The Circle, Love is Blind. I'm like, yes, we watch the other country versions of them if they have English dubs. Like,
damn,
we watched the Brazil one. We even tried the Japanese one, but they are dry. So we jumped out of that one. That was not entertaining.
Yeah, Doodle was saying, I think she was saying whack. I'm guessing she's talking about the animation style.
Yeah.
For Ninja Turtles. Yeah,
that 100%. That's what she's feeling.
Yeah,
the whack.
not for everybody, I guess. Yeah,
nah, but that's what we've been watching. I watched The Ultimatum, which I love. It's so good. So that's it, man.
Yeah,
and rest is just Starfield and work and the babies.
Yeah,
and fun times.
There you go. Dave, what about you? Anything? I know you've been playing Starfield.
Yes.
What have you been playing, and what any cool stuff that you've come across for TV and entertainment?
Well, for Starfield, I have delving into the glitches, some of those interesting ones that you might be able to do, and if you watch long enough.
Are you talking about mods? Or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about
a storyline thing.
Things that just are broken in the game that because it's pretty well done, but there's still little things. And I watched a YouTube video one day how to get to a certain chest, and it was like this crazy long ass way to get around. I'm like, oh, I could never do that. And like the next day, hey, here's an easier version. It's like, oh, okay, that's a little easier, but you have to be like real precise, and I couldn't. I was like, I can't do that crap. Forget it. So I did. Then the next day, there's another video. Somebody like, here, do this, but climb into a tree. Like, what? And I can never hit the tree. Right?
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Actually,
but last night there's another one saying, hey, you don't have to do the tree. Check this out. And I was like, follow this little path. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my god!
Are you talking about? So does it take you under? Does it take you under the map? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but this one was like so easy to do. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, cool. So yeah,
all right. I didn't know there was a third way. I've been doing the tree one, so I'm gonna have to look that one up.
And then, when I woke up this morning, no, this is called
cheaters is a strong word. CMoney.
Exploring the possibilities left them by the game developers and designers. Anyway,
that's right.
So this morning, though, I found one. I was like, there's a chest that's on a satellite. And you just got to do 2 little jumps, and you can get to it. And it has 160,000 credits in it.
Oh,
yeah,
baby!
So you do it.
You might have to send me that one. Shut up, Sourblow. We're not cheaters. Send your damn out.
and then you go to, and then you go to Venus or Mars or somewhere, sleep for 3 hours, and come right back. And everything's reset and ready to go. It's like money. Just saying.
Yeah.
CMoney even.
See, sarcastic Taurus is saying he's level 61. He found a money glitch too. So
there you go.
There you go.
I just want to say one thing real quick before we continue on, is that we're over 50 people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. We do this every week, and so much fun. We have amazing panel members that come in and out every week, so it's always fun, always interesting, and always new and fresh, and we talk about the latest gaming topics. But one thing that we started last week, and we want to kind of continue because we felt like we got a lot of traction off of it, and we do appreciate it, and it really does help a lot. If you can hit the like button, sounds so simple, but we got a goal of tonight's show. We want to try and hit 300 likes before the end of the podcast, if possible.
Yeah, that'd be great, guys.
So
I would love that.
Between now and the time the show's over, we should have at least that many people cycle through. And if you hit the like button for us, like I see CMoney's pulling it up, going, I better hit the like button.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, you the man. You the man. Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always the panel members who forget too, because I always do that on Boom Show. I'm like, I haven't hit it yet. I'm asking everyone else to do it. I gotta hit it too.
Exactly.
Done.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So like that, but we don't, it's one of those things where it's like we hate asking, but it's like it's something simple,
necessary
simple
evil,
as that
man.
Really helps us. And we hopefully, if you enjoy the content, you'll come back and we'll be able to continue to do more and more things. We're trying to work up some things for like next season's events out that maybe me and RHETRI can actually do a meetup somewhere and do some really good content, locally at a we'll say maybe some kind of event or convention or gaming related big thing that we're trying to get to. So that's why we do the whole super chat and all that kind of stuff. That's where our money's going to. But there is a bonus thing. And I know RHETRI's got to get to his games, and then we'll continue off the show. But one thing I did want to throw at him. Okay, so next week's show, we don't even know who the guests are yet. But the reason I want to push next week's show is because a couple of weeks ago I had a birthday. I'm an old guy. But a lot of other things were going on in my life, unfortunately. Passing of my mother. And so I had to deal with all that family things that just happened. But so we kind of skipped over that. But the one thing we do want to do is next week's show, we are actually going to give away 5 $20 gift cards to members that are in the chat. That's all you got to be is in the chat. You don't have to be subscribed, whatever. Just in the chat. Next week, we'll have a certain word that you'll type in, and then you'll be registered in for it. And then we're actually going to do the drawings throughout the show, and it'll be like pop up on the screen where everybody can see who wins, stuff like that. So anyway, just wanted to kind of throw that out there, but that we're going to do that for next week's show. And RHETRI, take it back. It's all yours, buddy. What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing Starfield. Obviously, I got 90-something hours into it. I want to finish the storyline. I do want to finish it and get to New Game Plus and see what all the fuss is about. The story's getting really good right now, man. Like I was in the beginning, for me, the story on the main quest line wasn't hitting. It's hitting now. It's hitting hard. So if anyone doesn't like it in the beginning, give it some time. You guys are going to start loving it, I think. But I did what Psychonauts did too. I tried that fishing game. Well, really what I did was I just wanted to see if I was capable of leaving Starfield. Like the addiction that it is, throw it into my veins. I wanted to see if I was literally capable of doing it because I'm like addicted to this game. Am I capable of not being a shill? And I did it. It was really hard. It was hard. I played a little bit of Overwatch for like 20 minutes and then went right back to Starfield. I was like, see, I did it. I can do it. And then I played a little bit of that fishing game. And then again, I went right back to Starfield. But I played like an hour of the fishing game, which by the way is very good. I think G Maybes actually played it too. I think I've seen him on my list. I might be mixing him up, but I'm pretty sure he's played it as well. But yeah, Starfield, man. It's all about Starfield for me. I love that game. Like CMoney and Psychonauts have said, like just all the crazy experiences that we're all having, the different stuff. No spoilers. I just went through Londinian. Who if you guys have whoever's played this, the Londinians side is amazing. Wait till you get there. Bring a good gun. I'm just right. You don't know what it is yet, but you're gonna find out. Bring a good gun. That's all I'm gonna say. And don't be afraid. When it comes to games like this, just like for me, like when I played Elden Ring, one of the reasons I really loved that game was the online community. Just going online and Googling like all kinds of different stuff to do. Whether for Starfield, it's like best guns to get, like armor, how to as people in the chat said, cheat, how to get some extra XP and some money. Look that stuff up, man. It does make the experience more fun, in my opinion. Some people kind of poo-poo that, but I say, look, this game's massive. There's a crap ton of content out there. There's a shit ton of videos out there. Look them up, man. I think it'll help with your experience. Like, that was one of the things I looked up and got the Mantis armor too. Was one of those things, one of the best side missions I think in all of Starfield that I've played so far. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's now that we've gotten through all 40 minutes of what we're playing and what we're watching. Were you gonna say something? Go for it.
Yeah, because so like you were about you said you're about 3/4 of the way through the game.
I think so. It feels like it. It feels like I'm on the last quarter of the story. I feel like I am.
I'm maybe an eighth of the way through the game. Like I've just been 100%ing surveying all the planets I land on. And
you're one of those guys. Okay.
Oh yeah. And like Pong Soul, shout out to Pong. I think he spent 7 or 10 hours on the second planet. No, the first planet. He went on the first planet, but the second planet, he spent like 7, maybe even 10 hours on that planet. But yeah, I'm just like I finally I married Sarah. So me and Sarah hooked up.
Man, everybody's getting with Sarah. I'm gonna find someone else.
But the funny thing is, she's mad at me. So I'm like, listen.
Of course, she's always mad at you. She's always mad at everything you do, good or bad. Sarah's always like in the back, like, I don't think you should do that.
Throw her back in the lodge, and me and Barrett, or me and Andrea, because I just met Andrea. Is it Andrea? I think it's Andrea.
That's the one. That's the one I'd marry.
Just met her, so that's where. But like I'm in the UC Vanguards too, so I'm doing that mission. I'm like infiltrated the Crimson Pirates, so like I'm doing that, and
that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Damn, you see how that's crazy? Where I'm 30 hours in, and I'm deep into the Crimson Fleet missions. You're 90-something hours
nice
in,
about this
you're
game?
just starting the Crimson Fleet missions. It's crazy.
You can do whatever you want. Like, you don't even have to go down one line. I'm in 3 of them. I got 3 different groups that think I'm part of their group, and I'm going pirate. Like Galvinson said, is it really cheating if you're already playing as a pirate? No, and that's exactly why I steal everything. But to your point, like, you can literally, you don't have to just follow that one line. Like, everyone thinks I'm on their side, and then when they turn around, I'm shooting them or I'm stealing their stuff because I'm going pirate all the way. But that's what's so cool about this game. Like, it doesn't have to be a linear path for you. You can literally tell everyone exactly what they want to hear and then rob them blind if you want. But sorry to interrupt you, Psychonauts, but I just
want to do a big shout out real quick to Mr. Boomstick. Craig is in the chat. I love it. Thank you, Mr. Boomstick. Double Barrel Gaming is amazing podcast, and they see this 5 shows a week.
Hardest working podcaster out of anybody I know, man.
Definitely do not want to miss his shows. If obviously, most likely you're here because of Boom, because he kind of has a touch on all of us, and we absolutely appreciate him. And thank you so much for being here, Boom. We love you, man. But yeah. Continue on, man. Sorry about that. I just want to make
I'm laughing at Farky. He says, I'm not even married to Sarah yet, and she's already whining at me for caring too much. Yeah, exactly. But
you saw Canuck, he said go to like a dark moon, build an outpost, and leave her as there.
I never saw
see you
later.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Boom, by the way, I can't because my memory is caca. I don't remember if I texted you back, but I can be on your show this Thursday, by the way, brother. So there you go. If you're still listening, I'm there for you.
Nice.
On Thursday's show. He says I'm 98 hours in. I completed Freestar Rangers. It's easy. Of course you were Freestar Rangers. Boo.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Hey, RHETRI, before we go on, can you mind read the scrolls? That way people kind of know what's going on, our goals.
Yes. Yeah. So we're trying to, like, everyone tells us we need to do this more often. So we're trying to be really diligent about doing this. So we're trying to hit a sub goal of 1,700. So if you guys are here for the first time watching this, please hit the subscribe button. It helps us out more than you could possibly know. As a new channel and a growing channel, it means a lot to us. So Thank you. I see Caitlin out here. What's up, Caitlin? We're also
Caitlin.
trying to get 300 likes. That was at 200, but I upped it after you said something earlier, Dave. So
Nice.
we're trying to hit 300 likes. If you could please hit the like button, it's super easy. And we're trying to get 5 more channel members to hit our monthly goal. And that gives us and you guys more perks as well. So if you guys can make that happen, cool. It's as cheap as $1. We added that new membership option in there. So if you guys want to do that, that'd be great. No pressure, do it. But it gives us, it gives you guys an extra show as well, which we'll be doing one next Saturday. Yeah. So there's definitely perks to it. We're trying to do stuff. A lot of channels don't do these extra perk things. We didn't want to do that. We wanted to give something extra. If you're going to be a subscriber, and put your money down for us, which we thank you for doing, we want to give something back. So I appreciate all you guys for doing that 100%. But yeah, so let's move on to technically what I knew Starfield was going to take some time because it's Starfield and I love it. But we'll move on to the first topic. This one's a quick one, and that was that we heard that GamePass reached 30 million subscribers, or did it? I don't know. So what happened with this was, thanks to Timmer on the Twitters, the X or whatever the F we're calling it. He posted that who was it? Let me see. Give me 1 second here. That it was now hitting 30 million according to the LinkedIn profile from the marketing exec, Xbox marketing exec. Craig McNary, the number was up there. He said 30 million, and then all of a sudden, the number was gone. And then it was like a day later, the number he put in 25 million. Now I don't believe that 25 million. I believe the 30. Okay. Now here's why. He made a boo-boo. And they said, "Oh, dude, we're not ready for that yet. We're not ready for the 30 million yet." So, because there's a lot of PlayStation guys that came back. Of course, I got some DMs going, "Hey, stupid! It's not 30 billion. It's 25." He even said so himself. Yep. The last time Xbox officially said a number, it was at 25 million. They're waiting, in my opinion, to say when they're probably when this ABK. I think it has to do with ABK personally. I really do.
Correct.
But we know Sony had, Sony's intertwined into the Xbox ecosystem. Sony even said that they had 29 million. That was a while ago. And you're trying to tell me after Starfield they didn't get an extra millions? No effing way, bro. No way. After all those PC guys hopped on Starfield like crazy. So make no mistake, this 30 million, whether they say it or not, it's there. So guys, I don't know. What do you think about this? Do you think I'll go to you, Psycho? Do you think they're at 30 million, surpassed 30 million? Do you think they're actually at 25, being safe? Do you think it's ABK? Like, what do you think is going on here?
I think the last official being 25 million, and then there was 28 million, and now they put down 30 million. I think that in between with people trying out Starfield, I think it grew either 1 million, 1.5 million subs just when Starfield came out. But because of Xbox Game Pass Core,
right? Yeah, that's kind of
and this is before
that makes it that. Yeah, this is before that. So the Xbox Core thing, like God Emperor Sofa King $2 super chat is saying, it has to be bigger with Game Pass Core. Yeah, so to be clear, I want to be very, very, very clear here. It's way beyond that with Core. We were talking about before the Core thing hit. Yeah. So I just want to clarify that. Yeah, it's
Core. Because it's Xbox Live rebranded to Core, it will be over 90 million when that happens. So that's why they're like, okay, so they don't want to jump the gun with a 30. I was like, oh, you went from 30 to 90 million, so
and they certainly don't want to say 90 when ABK isn't
exactly
a done deal. So that would be terrible.
They don't want to do that. They don't want to give any regulators any type of animation to be like, oh, look at that, you grew 5 million subscribers because of this, and you know, and they just want to say no, we're still at, you know, whatever the case is. So I think they were waiting. I think they were still hopefully by September 15th the ABK was going to be closed already, so when live was rebranded to core, that, you know, it wouldn't be any issues. I think that's why they are totally not ready to say anything. But this is but being 30 million, I could definitely see that, because they were at 20 million what, last year, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was like I think it was January when they
January. So
yeah, when they said the 25 million, and then during this whole debacle with ABK in the courts, Sony told us it was at 20. Right in the court, it's right in court documents, said they were at 29 million. Another thing Sony wasn't supposed to say, they said out loud. They literally said the number for Game Pass and then redacted their own stuff live. So they purposely told that number. That was 100% Sony being Sony. So, I mean, in the same sentence, it's literally like them telling the CMA, well, these guys got 29, but they remembered to redact their own numbers, which is just super convenient. So we know they were there before Starfield a while back. So that's why I say this 30 million is probably minimum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a 40 million or anything crazy like that. Yeah.
I would definitely
say core goes crazy.
That minimum is like that's where it is.
Yeah,
for sure.
And we don't know where he was getting that number from. We don't know. Was this before Starfield really like the general, because it went live on the 6th, so this was posted what last week, was it this?
Yeah, I mean, when Craig McNary actually posted it, that's what I don't know. We know when it was found, but it could have been there for weeks, as far as I know. Maybe someone in the chat knows better than I do. I don't know. I didn't dig too deep into this because I'm just assuming 30 million easily, outside of core, of course. So and if anyone's gonna know those numbers, it's sure as shit gonna be the marketing guy, because he's the one who's like, hey, this is what we got for numbers, and they're the ones who are gonna tout it if they're gonna tout it. But it's the type of thing where with ABK going on, I don't even know if they're gonna even like beat their chest and say we got 90 million or whatever. Even after, I'm curious to see when they do the next official Game Pass number. You know what I mean?
I think they will wait till after a next acquisition to kind of do that. If they're going to go publisher, you know, if they're going to do either Sega or someone else that's on the publishing side, because, you know, with ABK, that's a big publisher that puts out games, and for them, definitely painted a target on their backs with regulators for future acquisitions. So I think once they're gonna, if they do next couple acquisitions, it's gonna be smaller, and then maybe after a bigger acquisition, they'll be like, hey, look, Game Pass is now over 100 million subscribers. We are strong, and you know, this and that and the other, and we're still, and this is substantial, and it's you know, we're able to survive, put out quality games and quantity at the same time. So it's so we're gonna see possibly after that we probably get some numbers in a year or two, because Microsoft doesn't like to showboat too much.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Go ahead, Simon.
I don't know if they're going to combine those numbers. Actually.
That's what I'm wondering too.
I really don't think they
like if
will,
they keep core separate, maybe.
They're different situations, right? Because
I mean,
can imagine like when you go to developers and like, hey, listen, put your game on Game Pass, they can't say put your game on Game Pass because we have 90 million subscribers, because those core members don't get the games that are going to come into Game Pass. They just get their subset of games, right?
That's a great point. So if you're marketing to newcomers coming in, you have to give them the realistic numbers, right? You cannot include core in that, because that's not part of your player base when you're a new game getting accepted.
They might separately tell us, like, we have this many core members and this many this one, if they want to do both. But I think the only number that most people are going to care about is the actual Game Pass number. And you know, you got to remember that what's his name, the guy who runs Take-Two, Zelnick? No,
no, I can't remember his name.
We know what you're talking about.
The guy who runs Take-Two, he did an interview with Phil.
Yes,
right.
And he slipped up and said, "What do you guys? You guys are like 30 mil, right?"
Yeah,
and he was like, "Hold on, that's back when
published numbers were
18 mil."
Yeah,
right now, obviously, they've been trying to get Grand Theft Auto in the Game Pass, right? So Zelnick, whatever his name is, he knows what the real numbers are, because they had to go tell him what those numbers are to convince him to put it in there. So, I mean, I've read on Twitter, some people, I don't know who said it, but I've seen it a couple times, the idea that they're just keeping these numbers low to public facing because of the ABK thing and all this other stuff. But I think, you know, we know that this is growing. We know that PC Game Pass has been growing. And the way we know is because look at the numbers for Starfield. When you think about how many people played it concurrently, right? A lot of people are going into PC Game Pass. You know, Steam numbers are low because those players are converting into PC Game Pass. Like 330,000, I think it was like the highest point they hit at some point for Starfield on Steam. That's low for a game like Starfield, right? That hit over 1 million concurrents altogether, right? So it should have been higher on Steam, but it's not higher on Steam because more people are in fact moving over to PC Game Pass, which is where Phil keeps saying it. Like, he keeps saying that's where we see the growth. That's
I mean, we know the last stat they had on it was they were growing like 150% like year over year. Like, that is insane growth. Like, can you imagine, like, PC Game Pass? You know, people talk about is a console gamer getting forgotten a little bit, and to a point, maybe a little bit. You know what I mean? We're still eating good. That's all that matters. But we got a super chat from Spartan661, our buddy here, with $2 super chat. Starfield forever. Yes, what's nice about Starfield is it's not going away. If you got the early edition, you will be getting the first DLC with it as well, and it's a never expanding. Hey, you know, space DLC, is forever. It's infinite.
See that damn DLC. Like, where is that going to fall into your world?
I don't
like.
Dude,
I'm on
I
this
don't know.
Crypto Fleet mission. You bring out this other thing. I'm never going to see it, bro.
I don't honestly. It's like, I don't want to see it for a while, to be honest with you. I just get too much stuff to do. Where I'm kind of hoping that DLC doesn't come. You know, maybe like holiday next year, I'd be okay with. I know people might like complain that that's too long, but this game's it's too big. It's way too big.
Man. It's too big. I see Starfield being like, honestly, like almost like my forever game that I not am playing always as like my main game, but like you dip in at night for an hour or you know, a half hour. Go run a mission or go explore or go do something, right? Like, I could definitely see that happening because it's just that game. You know, it's like my Halo. Like, I love Halo more than anything. So I always go back to it and play a couple rounds or do something because it's just my jam. And I think Starfield is like right there. Like, it's gonna be my game that I kind of just dip into forever, you know. So it's that game, man. It's a good game.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's a 7 on IGN though. So just to give you an idea.
But it's still a 7 out of 10. It's the best 7 out of 10 ever. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hey, I don't even disagree. I don't even think it's because it came because who it came from and where it came from. If it came from anyone else at 7 out of 10, I wouldn't have batted an eye, to be perfectly honest with you. It's because of who it came from, though, why I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Bobby Dazzle was saying Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, you got like the Metro, whatever the hell that website is. Every single time they do like 5s and 6s for Xbox games. It's unreal that they're still allowed to even exist. They should just get booted right the hell out of there and lose their option to get into Metacritic, because it is kind of a pain in the butt to get into Metacritic. I know, we've tried. So Dazzle was saying that there's 160 million gold members. I don't know how you know that, but push the Game Pass numbers. I can't remember the last time they actually told us how many gold members there were, but if that's the case, that's
he did say something that I believe is accurate, that it said that what's up on your screen now.
Okay.
So if you Google
Game Pass gold members there.
There now.
Well, yeah, I mean, we know that. Like, that's that's. I'm not debating that. What I'm debating is the number, but I mean, maybe, yeah. We already know that already
it's gonna
happened.
be big
so
eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be great, huge. Guys. Yeah. I mean, good for.
That would mean they would have to have a lot of, like, a shit ton of PC Game Pass people to boost that number that high, because they only have like 40 million. Xbox Ones that were out there. What are we at? Like,
that's why I'm not sure. That's why I'm not sure I'm buying the number, just based off of the actual numbers of consoles out there in the past. But who knows? I mean, as you're kind of alluding to, CMoney, like, it doesn't really count. Certainly doesn't really count. It's the same exact amount of money they were making before. It's just called something different with better games. Great for anyone who's getting core, in my opinion. It's a better service through and through, in my opinion, personally. The games are just infinitely better. And they're going to update 2 to 3 times a year, so that's cool. So anyone who wants to spend $60 a year, do not do the $10 a month thing. That's just lunacy. $60 a year, you get some great games, man. If you're a cheap gamer, I'm a cheap gamer. I wouldn't pay that. I do Ultimate. It's absolutely worth it. I also get a PC, so that helps. And you get the online stuff. So I think Core is a great deal. And maybe
you're
frugal. And you get 36 games.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
I mean, the list was nice.
Yeah, because they announced 25, and then they must have came back and said, you know what, let's go with 36, and this way we can rotate some more games, keep some fresh. And it was great, because I saw that they brought back Spiritfarer, and that was like one of my favorite games back in 2021, I believe. That was like,
cool.
Just really great game. And it's great that if you're new to Game Pass, and that's a great thing with this rebrand, since we're talking about it. What's great about this rebrand is that now people that were on the fence, and because I had people that were like, because at work they didn't want Game Pass, they just wanted live. Well, now they still get live, but now they get to experience a taste of what Game Pass is. And I think that right there is going to get conversions to either Xbox Game Pass or Ultimate.
I agree. It's the gateway drug. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like it's different, but it's not like it's got the same branding to it. So it's not a huge leap to go from one to the other, where it was like before it was gold, and then you had to get into this whole other ecosystem, essentially. Galvinson brings up a great point. I need a family plan. Amen to that, brother. Like, I don't know what the F is going on with that. I can only chalk it up to the same thing I've been chalking up to. I think it's ABK stuff. I think it'll happen afterwards, because that would inflate their numbers big time. That would inflate their numbers once the family plan comes out, because it's almost it is now. It's unbeatable for the price point if it stays at $25 a month. We'll see. That might have changed with all everything going up. So it might be like $30 a month now. I don't know. But
quick welcome out to all the almost 90 people in the chat so far. Thank you all so much for being here. We greatly appreciate you. Hang with us to the show tonight. It's going to be fun. We still have another hour to go, so don't worry. We're going to get to some crazy ones. And RHETRI, I did go ahead and throw up our first poll, even though we have 2 of them tonight. And I don't know if you've read the poll and the choices, or if you'd like to read those.
Let me see if I can click on it. All right, we're about to talk about Sony State of Play right now. Please don't leave. I know this is normally an Xbox show. we're gonna make fun of it anyway, so stick around. Where do you rate the Sony State of Play? It was great. Spider-Man 2 rocks. It was mid, or it was it was bad baby steps. PS5 fall flat. Yeah, so I know the type of audience we have. I'm pretty sure where this is gonna end up, but we're gonna talk about it. I got a PS5. I'm gonna be honest with my feelings about it. I've talked about it last night with PTK and their crew on their podcast. So I'm not. I hate SIE. I do not hate Sony games. So let me make that very, very, very clear. I hate the company. I don't hate the developers, and I don't hate their games. I just don't. I think they make excellent games, and we'll talk about that. But we're gonna get into the show itself. So
there is a good comment there for you to read.
Yeah. Sapo. Always great comments from her or him. I don't know. You got to let me know. I'm not sure because you got the picture, so I'm not sure.
The pictures be out there deceiving people.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's 2023. I ain't messing around. I'm not trying to get canceled here. They changed the core settings offerings though. The games in core will get rotated in and out like it does with regular games. Yeah, but it's only getting rotated 3 times in a year. So just
still cool.
Which is I still think it's great. Yeah. What I want to know is what I'm curious is like does the whole list get rotated, or is it just like there's going to be like core games that are always there,
right?
And there's like 10 of them that get rotated out.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which is what I think is going to happen. Yeah. Is that what you think is going to happen? Me too.
Yeah. And probably after the first batch, they'll see which ones get played the most.
Right.
And they'll probably keep those essential ones, and then like the 5 or so that aren't getting played as much, they'll say, "Hey, let's switch those out with another fresh batch." And then at the end of that time cycle, I mean, just a guess, but would that make sense though?
I think you're right. It makes sense to me.
Let's see what they're playing the most, and then let's get them on to something else. Or every now and then, maybe you throw in something big.
Did they just announce that?
September 14th.
Yeah, it's coming.
The fact that it's rotating instead of being the last time I remember,
that's actually pretty old news. Actually,
Yes,
I knew a while ago they were going to rotate. They were going to do they said they were going to do at least 3 in the year. But what we didn't know was what that rotation.
I thought they were going to add games originally. I didn't know they were rotating. So what I understood was that you got that first 25 or whatever, and then over the course of the year, 3 or 4 times a year, you were going to get more games added to that list. I didn't know that it was a.
Yeah, I don't think they're going. I think what they meant by adding was meant like add new and take away the other.
That's what I think too.
Because if
we could be wrong,
continue
really
to build it up, then it's gonna be like, why would you need the core or the other packages if you really like these games? And they want it. The whole thing is to get you to try it, to like it, and then after you like it, I can get Starfield this way too. I gotta pay more, and I get Starfield. Sourblow's
it could. I'll get to that in a second. It could be that the 25 doesn't move. Like Psychonauts was saying when they first talked about this, we thought we were only getting 25 and it's 36 25. Or whatever. So maybe everything beyond the 25 is what rotates. I kind of agree with Dave. That's what I'm thinking.
So instead of waiting for the extra drops that we were going to get, what they did was say, okay, let's just give them more games now. And then maybe those games are going to rotate out, and we'll have like
that's what I think is going to happen.
That's
keep it fresh, and they know the numbers because they'll see what actually people are playing.
Right.
And if they feel like there's,
they brought in
getting any hits.
They brought in Vampire. Yeah, they brought in Vampire Survivors. That was. That's obvious. Like that's a big one to say thank you and keep that in there. Obviously, that was probably a separate deal that they made specifically with the dev, but. That's a great little value add. Like, shout out. I don't know if anybody.
I like
I'm
it
curious,
better than gold, to be honest.
Amen to that. I don't know if anybody is in this chat right now and is going to go with core. Let me know, because I don't know a single person that was gonna go to core. I'm just curious who this is for, if there's people out there or people that are watching the show, if you're all doing the $10 a month thing or ultimate. I imagine most of you, as we know, because they said 70-80% of all Game Pass is ultimate. We know the majority is using ultimate anyways, but I'm just curious to see if anyone out there is down with that. Sourbow 18 with the $2 super chat. Wasn't that a State of Decay? What? Wasn't that a State of Decay produced by Sony?
Instead
I'm not
of
sure if he's
State of
trolling.
Play, maybe he's
oh, is that what he's trying?
maybe.
Oh, like their State of Play was a State of Decay.
Cheeky. Yeah,
Maybe.
I think Sourblow's being cheeky.
Sourbow does a lot of meds, so sometimes it's hard to figure out what he's talking about. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hanging out with Louis too much.
Exactly. Yeah. Crazy Louis rubbing off on you.
Appreciate you, Sourbow.
Yeah,
we got to get Sourbow on this podcast.
We keep trying. He never returns my messages. But that's all right. One of these days.
He finally did get back to me, so I will. He will be on the show shortly. Surprise, Sourbow. Yeah, you can't make fun of my baldness while you're on the show, though.
you gotta ask him taking a shower like Louis does.
Ooh. No thanks.
Oh my god!
All right, let's get into Sony.
Funny.
Talking, we could say what we want about this. I'm curious. We got people. What I love about the people we invite on the show is their honesty. We're not afraid to get hate from the Xbox community or PlayStation community. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like what I like. We're all gamers here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious for you guys. I'll start with you, Psychonauts. Anything in the Sony State of Play? Like what I guess. Did you enjoy it? And what were your highlights, if there were any for you? And is Baby Steps Game of the Year?
Yeah, so I mean,
Game of the generation.
What? So that State of Play was like they literally showed you a walking simulator, and it was like a great setup for them to
the rest
be
of
like
it.
Kind of like a chuckle, like all we have are walking simulators. So I think it was like a chuckle towards that, but it didn't get the response that most would have gotten, because it was like it was just one of those like, haha, we're laughing at ourselves because of the stigma that we have as walking sims. But
right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. I hadn't even really thought of that. I gotta be honest with you, when it first opened up, I thought it was a troll. I didn't think it was real. Like I did not think Baby Steps. Like I thought it was being trolled.
But that was not the first time they showed it.
No.
Okay. So there you go. See, I did not see this.
Seen it before.
So this
I'd never seen it before that.
Was updating on games that they've already shown.
Yeah.
So that's why
all the other ones I knew about, every single other one on here I seen. I hadn't seen
Baby Steps out the damn Baby Steps when you first saw it. And said, this is not real.
You're probably right.
Went right by you.
I tell you, when I play that game, I'm gonna have the theme. There was one of those Rudolph specials. Put one foot in front of the other. And then you're walking out the door.
Right.
One foot in front of... I'll quit singing. But you know what I'm saying? And it's like...
I hear you.
It's like, dude, that was so bad. It was so bad. I mean, people are like, oh, that looks like fun. It looks absolutely ridiculous. And then every time the character fell, like hit his head. And I was like, well, yeah. That's pretty much that just kind of sets the stage for how this showcase is gonna go.
So like, I'm okay with like silly, fun, ragdoll physics games. It just didn't look fun to me. Like we're gonna talk about what's coming to Game Pass later, but Party Animals, dude, I think Party Animals is gonna hit. I think that's gonna hit hard.
And I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad game, but
it might not be.
It's
not a good showing though, right?
Right. It's like. Your last showcase got slammed and beat up, and Sony fans were pissed.
And this is how you started off.
And exactly. And this is how you
tee it up.
Because I remember some of those feeds. I saw some of those clips, and they were like, Sony fanboys were like, not again, not again. I was like, oh my god. It was like,
it's happening again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Because remember, we were told that we're gonna get like. They were hiding it. They were hiding all the good games. It's coming. Here comes the next show is gonna be a banger. Like the last one was caca. So this one's gonna be like 10 out of 10. You just wait. Well, we did, and then we got that.
Waiting.
So
now there's another secret one.
Yeah,
there's a secret one.
Come out. Yeah,
the double secret one.
The double secret.
That's the next level.
Yeah, that's the super secret. Yeah, that's the best.
Man.
And that's the thing. Like, if it wasn't for Helldivers 2, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and Spider-Man 2. This,
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't for those 3 games, this would have been a disaster. A
Yeah.
disaster of a showcase.
100% agree with that sentiment.
And
it feels like everyone I talk to about this says the same. For me, Final Fantasy, like I'm not a big fan of it, so I could take it or leave it. But everybody's talking Spider-Man, Helldivers 2. And they say the same thing as you, Psychonauts. You take those out, whew, this is like a 2 out of 10. You know what I mean? Eesh.
Seriously.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like there's so there again, here we are. We're what the October something is when Spider-Man 2 comes out. And they have the first party since God of War and since November of last year. And here we are. And Xbox guys got crucified for having
Sure did.
huge first party titles.
Right.
We had first party published titles, but here we are.
Yeah.
Like As Dusk Falls and in the drug what the hell?
What was the other one?
High on Life. High on Life. Yeah. So High on Life and Pentiment. Those were Pentiment, like the 3.
That's what I was trying to think. Yep.
3 games that were like standouts in 2022. And then here we are, and they show this. Like people were hoping that they were getting something else other than Spider-Man 2, like something maybe a shadow drop, kind of like what Xbox
like
did.
One of the many gas games, like one of the dozen gas games they've been talking about for a while. Like not one was.
And they went.
Well, I guess Helldivers. I guess Helldivers would be your gas game. I guess I don't know. I'm actually
coming out on PC.
That's in 2024.
Yeah, so I'm seeing. I'm also seeing people say they're considering Helldivers as first party because it's under PlayStation's publishing arm, which I don't. I guess we're getting rid of the term second party. I guess it doesn't exist anymore. And if that's the case, I guess Towerborn and a bunch of other games, through Xbox Game Studios is now considered first party. Because listen, back in the day, it was first party, second party, third party, and now everyone's just pretending like second party doesn't exist. So if we're gonna play that game, guess what? Xbox looks even better, dude. It looks even better. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna tell Helldivers as a PlayStation game, which is exactly what I'm seeing right now, then everything that's published from Xbox is first party. So we'll call it spade a spade.
So here we, so Xbox didn't have a bad year last year. So that's the thing that the narrative is changing on to favor their narrative. So it's like, what the fuck? Make up your goddamn mind, you sons of bitches. You sit there, you crucify Xbox for not having first party, but yet here's this year you got almost a year span, no first party, but yet it's okay because third party makes up for it, and it's like it just doesn't make sense. Like so, you have this showcase. We wanted to see some great games. I thought we were going to see at least Naughty Dog's game. I thought we were going to see some of the other titles that they announced, and yet nothing. Not even Bungie's game. Like,
right? Yeah. What is it? Marathon, right? Is that the
Marathon?
Bungie one? Yeah.
Okay.
I am looking forward to that. Yeah.
So it's like,
but where the hell was that? Where's Concord? The only one that where's our Concord? I don't know, however you want to say it. Where the hell is that game? That the only one that I know of is coming out next year, 2024. Because I keep asking people, oh, cool. All right, we got Spider-Man. What's coming out in 2024 for Sony?
Nothing.
Crickets.
Not Wolverine.
Maybe Concord. No. Definitely not Wolverine.
Wolverine's
you know what I mean?
25, 26.
They're just moving over to there. So
not that I want this, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't look, I have a PlayStation. We want competition. I want good games to come out for Sony because then it puts Microsoft's back against the wall. We want the competition, guys. We should never want Sony to go away. We should never want Microsoft to go away, Nintendo to go away. Amazon can fuck off, but you know what I'm saying? The big three, we want them to compete. We want that competition because if we didn't have it, Xbox wouldn't be doing what they're doing. They wouldn't have got Bethesda. They wouldn't be going after ABK. They wouldn't have be doing all these great moves and giving us awesome Game Pass. So that's that's what we want. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Psychonauts, continue on with this Sony State of Play, and let us know what else you think about it, brother.
Yeah. So from what I watched, and like I said, those 3 games are really what sold me on the State of Play. But the other stuff, I'm like, you have the Genshin Impact, who the same company is making some other game that's kind of like Genshin Impact. So you got all these like weird like service games coming, and it's like, okay, so where are these juggernaut games that we all been hearing throughout the years? And
where's the $200 million budget games that
and, because we know that seriously. And Sony's already came out and said we're going to put out two big first party games a year. So are they talking about MLB The Show's one? Because that's annually. So are you saying that they're only going to have one other AAA game?
That's a great Psychonauts. That's a great point, brother. I didn't even think of that. You're right. They wouldn't be liars after that, right? If correct. All they would have to do is rotate. Wow, holy moly, that's a good point.
Because we know it's dry. I mean, if it wasn't for Insomniac, Sony's this generation for PS5 would have been very, very slow, because we had Miles Morales, the remake of the first Spider-Man, and the Miles Morales at the beginning of PS5. Then we had Ratchet and Clank, and now Spider-Man 2.
Love that game, by the way.
So here we are, and Insomniac carrying Sony during this generation so far. If it wasn't for Insomniac
too, man. It's wild. They got it for so cheap.
Yeah,
I know. Well, the time when they were bought too was a completely different world too. So then it probably made more sense. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be Insomniac will be looked at probably maybe the best deal of all time. Even better than what Embracer got, because we see how well that worked out for Embracer. They obviously invest well, but I mean. It's and look, Microsoft's going to benefit from that, because there's going to be some cherry picking of some studios from Embracer. That's coming,
hope, man. Hopefully, bro, because that would be wild. Here's Sony scooped them Idols, Crystal Dynamics. That would be crazy.
God, don't say that.
They could.
I think they're.
I think they're low enough.
I think. Oh my God, Embracer bought them to flip for Microsoft. That's
the only thing that makes sense.
I think they bought it. I don't even know if it's Microsoft, probably for Microsoft, but I think it was a buy for a flip to whomever. Yes. But I without a doubt, you don't pass up on all the IP and those studios. Most of the IP, to one of those IP could go for the totality of what they paid for that. Just one of those IP.
They did. They sold Tomb Raider, the movie or TV show rights or whatever it was, to Amazon. So
they sold it or licensed it.
It
might be a licensing. I don't know. Maybe someone can correct us on that. But still,
I think if it's a movie or TV show, I think that aspect got sold off, but the game rights is still with them. So the game, they could do whatever with game, but if they TV show and movie, they own it. So to Amazon has.
Wow.
But yeah,
that's wild.
For $300 million, what they paid for for them, I think so.
People are saying they believe it's licensed.
I think it is licensed. I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, I think it is licensed. Either way, I mean, good on Embracer for getting that. That's cool. They at least made that money back, but they're hurting in other places. But CMoney, let's get your take on the Sony State of Play. What your thoughts are, your highlights, and what do you think about it?
So this is the thing. The Sony State of Play, like at first kind of glance at it, right? For me, I was really disappointed because even though they did say in the message when they announced it, it's going to be, updates on games already announced and indie and VR and, major, quote unquote, major third party games. Um, I was still hoping that they would have the decency at this point for their PlayStation fan base to throw us a bone. You know what I'm saying? Like I lump myself in
They
there
don't care
because
about you,
I
CMoney.
I have a
They care
PlayStation.
about your money.
They don't.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about it. And it's like, I feel like Xbox gets the fact that gaming is very like community driven, right? Like we love to talk about this stuff, right? Like we have a passion for it. So they know that it's a good idea to give us some new things that when they have it, right? When they have it, they give us all these shows and they're giving us new tidbits all the time. And this is great stuff. Sony, on the other hand, could give three shits what we know or don't know about them. They just know that look, they're literally pulling a Nintendo on us because Nintendo says, hey, guess what? Tomorrow, show up, bitches, because we have a new show. We have a direct, and you're gonna show up because we're saying so. And then Sony's like, hey, we're gonna do the same thing. Meanwhile, Xbox like, hey, yo, 2 weeks from now, make a little time for us, okay? Just give us a small window of your time to come out. We're giving you plenty of time in advance to let you know that we have a show coming. It's just this type of arrogant status that Sony wants to take that it bothers me so much. But as far as the actual show, they gave us exactly what they said they were going to give us, which was updates on everything. They did the same shit that Nintendo did, right? Nintendo just gave us their summer show again, but with gameplay. Sony, same thing, brought that summer show right back and then just gave us updates on it. But I mean, I will say the thing that does make me like, I would rate it higher, but that's because of Helldivers, I think, actually looked really dope. Like when I first saw it last time, I was like, oh shit, okay, this actually looks good. This time, new member, Chaos Theory. Sorry,
oh, what's up?
On my,
no, you're good. Chaos Theory. Thank you, brother, for joining us. I love the avatar.
It was my words right now that made that happen, so you're welcome. Okay?
Thank you, CMoney.
Thank you so much for becoming a channel member, and also just so you know, you have the amazing amount of emojis that you can use as well as bonus shows and things like that. So thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
So when I saw it last time, I was like, okay, that looks interesting. This time they did this nice like deep dive on it, and it's really fleshed out. It looks really dope. Graphics are pretty amazing, like top notch. Looks fun as all hell. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Obviously, with the caveat, when I say I'm looking forward to anything that's not Starfield, it's going to be whenever I finish Starfield. So, but I'm glad that it'll come out at some point. So one day I might go and play it. But that looked really good. And then honestly, Spider-Man. I gotta say, I'm a very straight up person, right? So in the summer event, I gave Spider-Man the smoke. If you watch any of the shows I was on, anywhere on my shows, on anybody's show, you talk about Spider-Man 2, I was ready to, man. I was so disappointed with how that game looked. I agree. Yeah. It just looked crappy. And I gotta say, man, like they came back. He said it. You heard him. He said, thank you all for the feedback. The feedback was your shit looks whack. All right, get your shit together. And they did because the graphics were clearly enhanced, definitely much better. And they showed us more like dope looking stuff. I love the suits. The suits look amazing. And I'm gonna preface that by saying I'm not because I said it already, but I'm going to follow up by saying that only for the Peter Parker side. I think Miles suits are a little wild for me. Like I feel like they're trying too hard, and it kind of
like
annoys
a little
me
too flashy, maybe. Like
Yeah, like what are you trying
Basically,
to say?
are they trying to? Are they trying to? Are they right? Are we going? Are they too? I was just gonna say that.
Like he wants everybody in the world to see him. You know what I'm saying? He can't be subtle with his coolness. Come on, man. Yeah, that was wild.
The white guy gets the cool ones, and the other guy gets the way too over
like
the
the
top
white guy gets all
shit.
the dope shit, and then this guy's running around here with like an electrified glowing suit. It's like, who the fuck? Like, like who asked for that?
That's my favorite one.
I don't know. Yeah. So that was a little disappointing to see, but nah, I do like that. The way they came with it was very well done. Obviously, they took the rest of this time to just polish the graphics, which is great. I will say that whole, like, I'm cool with the fast travel stuff. It looks cool that you could just kind of click and it's just like swooping in,
right?
You know, but to sit there and talk about the SSD, come on, fam. 2013, Grand Theft Auto,
yeah.
Zoom out, zoom in, what, 5 seconds? Like, you know what I'm saying? On an old ass system, you're telling me this SSD? Come on, man. Don't fool.
After all the crap that just happened with the PC ports and talking SSD,
exactly.
That's how like, to your point, guys. That's how you know they're not listening. That's they're not hearing the community.
Exactly.
Like if you were to avoid any words during that, it would have been SSD.
Yeah,
like you should have never said that. Like, because now we know you're full of crap. And you just doubled down on it. So, all right. But yeah. Go ahead, CMoney. Continue with that.
It's Yobi says it right there that he thinks because Miles is still a kid growing up. But I mean, in the Spider-Man game, how much older is Peter Parker? Like, is he supposed to be like this?
You know, honestly, I don't know. I don't know the age difference. Is it like 10 years or something?
Like, wasn't he going to school, or like wasn't? Like, he was helping his grandma in the last game, and wasn't he? I don't know. I feel like
that's a great question. I don't know.
It depends on which version of Spider-Man, because the original actor looked like he was a little bit older, possibly like late teens, early 20s. But then the new actor for the remake or remaster or whatever they did, he looked a lot younger. So it's like now Miles looks older. So it's like, okay, which is it, guys?
I don't think they're that far apart in age, but Miles is 17 in this game. I don't know. I feel like Miles at 17, being Spanish and black, would probably not want to look that way. I feel like he'll be rocking the dope clothes. We saw him in Miles Morales in his game, and he has that dope jacket. His jeans look right. He got those boots. You know what I'm saying? He's looking fly. I don't know how he decides and says, yeah, hand me that glow up suit over there. Like, first of all, he wants to avoid
looking like he's from Tron.
He's not looking to get noticed like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican, so I feel like I wouldn't be rocking that, but that's fine. That's fine. But no, like I just think that they actually they showed me a game that I'm like, okay, Spider-Man. It looks good. It looks good. It still doesn't, like, to be clear, it does not look like what I envisioned a first party PlayStation only exclusive game that was developed with PlayStation 5 in mind. I don't think the graphics have,
like, we're not seeing a generational leap type of thing.
It doesn't
maybe
look like
something you thought you were gonna get. Yeah,
exactly. It looks like they took the PlayStation 4 version, which is what they showed us the last showcase they had. And they actually put some of these new PlayStation features towards it, but it still doesn't look like, let me tell you this much. If Wolverine looks like this game, I'm going to be so pissed. Like,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, the graphics that PlayStation should be able to deliver to us, like, I don't know, like, Insomniac's pumping out a lot of games, but I almost rather them slow down on pumping games and focus on bringing us that next gen that we've been kind of waiting for. Because at this point, I feel like the only people who are really going to probably do that is going to be Naughty Dog at this point, with whatever
that's the thing, though,
big game they bring us.
That's the thing, like with their next gen, they are at that peak already with the hardware that they produced. What they delivered with the PS5 That's why there's a lot of talk of a PS5 Pro, because they need to utilize, because I don't want to go in this whole big tech thing, but they utilize older tech, because the PS5 was supposed to come out in 2019. That was the rumors that it was supposed to come out, and then until they heard what Xbox was bringing out with the Series X, and like, oh well, we can't do that. We need to pump the brakes. Let's go back, and then that's why they went with this whole SSD, because they didn't have, because they already had the processors, they already had everything ready to go out. They weren't going to R&D a whole new console just to match what Xbox was coming out with, and that's why we're now seeing the Pro. So this way they can utilize RDNA 2 features that this original PS5 can't utilize, like VRS tier 2 and other aspects of what they could do with it. So I think that's because they don't want that. Plus, they don't want that variable frequency for your CPU, GPU. So it's variable. So it's like, all right, we're going to offload the CPU so it's graphically heavy. And then, or hey, it's CPU heavy, so the graphics got to go toned down, and and that's where we're getting these weird. That's why it's like some games are like 720p and like and it's so I think they want to go in trying to get this PS5 Pro out, get this generation behind them, and then I think in 2026 we'll have an announcement of the PS6.
Yeah, maybe.
2026.
Oh yeah.
So you think they're going to cut the year? You think because I thought didn't Xbox say during that court case that they're coming out with their PlayStation 6 in 2028?
Did they say that in the court? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure they said they're going to
system is that
like their next system will be in 2028.
Leaked,
so the deal will last past that.
Okay.
You know
now it's ringing a bell. Yeah.
That was 2027.
Was it 2027?
I thought it was 2028 because I feel like there was like a rumor that Xbox might forego doing a mid-gen refresh and instead come a year earlier and pull like a 360 era move and beat PlayStation to the punch, and then have that year lead in 2027. That was that was a rumor that I heard, but I mean, either way, like again, Insomniac, they're pumping stuff out, right? But it seems like Ratchet and Clank looked amazing, but it's also cartoony, right? So that's it's a CG looking game, right?
Yeah, it's not it's not photorealistic type of game.
Yeah, where it looks like Insomniac lacks right now is that kind of photorealistic look. Like they don't have Naughty Dog level skills to make games sing, because I could tell you right now,
which I'm fine with. Like I'd rather have because here's the thing. Like if gun to head, if I could choose a studio between Insomniac and Naughty Dog, I'm taking Insomniac every time, 100% of the time, without a fucking doubt. Like I don't care about the photorealistic stuff, because if I did, I wouldn't love Vampire Survivors and games like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice to have, but fun gameplay mechanics goes way further in my world than photorealism does. You know what I mean?
I feel that, and I'm not saying that games shouldn't focus on being fun, but I do feel like you were talking about what do we watch, right? What are we watching? Like,
yeah.
I don't spend a lot of time watching TV. Like, I watch these shows with my wife or whatever, but like, if I had my time, I would never watch TV, right? I'm so much more interested in an interactive story that I can play versus watch, right? So not that I don't like the fun games, because I play the hell out of the Vampire Survivors, but I think everything has a place, right? And for me, because of pricing, like the cost of doing these amazing looking games and all this stuff is so high, very few other companies are going to make them, right? Like like all the smaller guys are going to have a harder time going that hard. Even like you look at the news of Immortals, Avium or whatever it was, EA pretty much they shut down half of them. They had a great looking game, but they're a smaller studio. They took that big risk, and now they failed, and now they're pretty much going to be gone, right? So like that's a scary market for a lot of people, but who it shouldn't be scary for are the big first party studios, right? So like I like everyone else is already going to give me the fun, and I mean I could tell you like Spider-Man would not be any less fun if they were able to make their graphics look better on the faces and have them look more realistic, right? Like it would still be the same game, it just looks better, right? So I feel like we don't have to give up. I don't think we have to give it up. Like I don't know if you're a Last of Us dude, but I love The Last of Us. I love The Last of Us Part 2. So
yeah, I'm very mid on The Last of Us. The Last of Us is very controversial subject with me. I think the gameplay is effing terrible. I think it's terrible. The story, one of the best stories ever. Yeah. Gameplay, doo-doo. Absolute crap, in my opinion.
I feel that.
Like it's terrible.
I think
like, people make fun of Bethesda for the gameplay.
Oh yeah.
That's what old school Bethesda gameplay.
Hey guys,
that's The Last of Us.
I gotta jump in real quick. First of all, we got over 100 people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. And then of course we have the one and only Dirt Griggity joining us. Thank you, Dirt. Love having you here. And if you see what Dale Clever put in there, hit that like button because I can't do it like Dirt can. Dirt's amazing. I love Dirt. TTS Dirt, you are the man.
Couple weeks, brother.
Hey, he'll come around. He's good like that.
Knows.
He is the man. He is the man. Dirt has an amazing show. Him and Shaun put it on. Oh my god, it is so much fun. It's so funny, guys. So funny. A true legend here in the community. And anyway, didn't mean to interrupt, but I saw Dirt. And I just gotta shout him out, man, because he is.
Of course, you gotta shout out the OGs here. Love Dirt, man.
I still feel with Wolverine that they need, with the way Wolverine is so graphic, right? So intense. Like if I gotta imagine they're gonna go, like violent, right? They showed him in the fucking bar after killing or beating the crap out of all these people, right? So like I don't want to be feeling like I'm playing a last gen version of Wolverine, right? I want to feel like I'm looking at something that can only be done on next gen systems. Every generation this happens, right? Every generation we bump up, right? So the fun didn't go away from last gen to this gen, right? Because the games still are fun, but I really want to see, and thankfully Xbox is stepping up, because Hellblade, Jesus God, amazing. Fable, see, that's how you do a game that's not necessarily trying to be 100% photorealistic, but it feels like you're looking at something that could be real, that. God, that's beautiful.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
so, I mean,
the studio. I mean, it's just, look at who's making it. I can't say we're surprised that thing looks the way it does. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's the one studio where like, wow, they're totally switching genres, but like, yeah, but look who it is.
Remember
they earned that trust.
You remember people were like, "Oh, look at the car team's gonna make Fable. It's gonna look like
exactly Psycho."
Yeah. Brand new.
Like you mean the car team, right? The car team that makes the most beautiful games every single time.
Yeah.
That team,
every time.
And then they grabbed up Naughty Dog, Insomniac, and other high stake people in the dev community that are now with Playground Games making Fable, and they have the ex producer from Lionhead Studios in with Playground making Fable. So Fable is in great hands. I never doubted it.
I agree.
Least, but of course,
I just see,
he's like, but there's people out there who do. Yeah.
I just see them nailing Fable, bro. Like they have already the comedy look. When they swapped and he's in an interview and he hears what's going on and it's the little her, I was like, yo, that is crazy. They did that. That was so creative, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They're gonna nail it, dude. This is gonna be their launch pad into the stratosphere of game devs, where people start respecting their name. The way you look at a Naughty Dog or an Insomniac at this point, because they're all obviously still thinking this is the car team, but
right.
oh man, it just
No
looks
more
amazing.
though.
And I
mean,
hope,
yeah.
I hope they do. I hope they pull through. And with Daddy Phil backing them, you know what I'm saying? With got that fat wallet ready to spend what he needs to spend to make it happen. Like that's where we are. That's what happens when you roll with the big boys. You know what I'm saying? When they got the money to say, listen, work until it's right. Not like, oh my God, we have to get this out because we have to hit some imaginary deadline.
Yeah, some metric. Yeah, and
because we're gonna run out of money.
That's what's nice about Game Pass is that I said this 2 years ago that because of Game Pass, and if they're going with that future business model, that games through under Microsoft might take longer, as they should, right? Like give them more time to bake. Let them do that, because we're watching like Sony over here saying like these games are costing $200 million, and if you're lucky and get 2 of those, well guess what? Like people questioning the profitability of Game Pass is laughable to me, because it makes a lot more than $400 million in a year, a lot more. On the low end is $3 billion. So you telling me Xbox can't do 4 AAAs in a year? Yes, they can with Game Pass. Right now they can do it, and they can afford it and still be profitable. Yeah. They could if they wanted to, but that's
they're gonna have to get these things.
Yeah, I mean that's what they've promised. Their low, the bar that's been set is for a year, which I think is perfectly fine. That's $70 times 4 now these days. Like it pays itself off in droves, which is great. So eventually, I think Sony's going to bend the knee. They're going to go harder on the subscription. You can clip this right now. Sony will do day and date eventually. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Eventually, it's
happening.
Yeah, they will.
It's happening.
PC and first party.
Yeah.
On console.
PC will be
They're
right there.
So much money on the table, bro.
Ton of money, but by doing 6 months to a year and a half to 2 years later on PC on these Sony games, they're losing ton of money. All the hype is gone for it. They would double the sales if they did it day one.
Dude, they think these PC players feel for them like their PlayStation fans do.
Nobody cares. They don't care.
PC gamers have so many games to play, dude. They don't need your stuff, bro. Like
they don't need
it. They're not even in the slightest. Oh God.
100%.
I just hope freaking give us a roadmap, bro. Give us some games that are coming out over the next couple years. Give us that. Give us the what was it? The 2020, the year the PlayStation 5 was coming out, right? That's when they showed us like all these games that we've slowly seen release. Like, let's reset. Okay, all those games are out, right? Give us another one. Show us the next 5 years of PlayStation, so we can have some type of semblance of an idea of what's coming, man.
That's why it's a big question mark. And it's funny because that's what Sony used to do. Everyone used to complain back in the day that Sony would show stuff 5 years out. And now we're going, where's the stuff that's 5 years out? It's so funny to me because that's literally their playbook from back in the day. And it's like Microsoft and Sony.
It's like they swapped. I was just gonna say
they totally swapped, dude. You know what I mean?
Hey, I want to say welcome out to over 100 people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. And Psychonauts, let's hear what you have to think about this, man. What are your thoughts on this on the Sony State of Play?
I think he went first.
Yeah, he did, Dave.
You know what? I'm just
you're good.
I had a and anyway, and so RHETRI, what are your thoughts?
I will speak my piece. You're good.
Sorry. I'm trying to do like 10 things at once. I apologize.
Listen, everyone was making fun of us earlier for being old, and now it's like coming to fruition. Anyway, state of play.
Prove them wrong. You can't prove them right, bro.
But I want to say, Psychonauts, good points. Thanks, buddy.
Yes,
no problem.
Yes,
I'm
Psychonauts. I agree. I agree with everything these guys said. I kind of do. I really. For me, like VR, like if I had the VR, the Ghostbusters game would be cool, but nobody cares about VR, and the sales.
I have the VR, and I was like, all right, that looks fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not VR never blows my mind. I think it's it's too niche. It's very far away, in my opinion, on when it's going to capitalize and hit in the mass market, clearly. So I think we're a ways off for VR. But it's cool that, you know, like Resident Evil's got a VR thing, and Resident Evil's got some DLC that's coming out. That's cool. I saw Bobby Dazzle earlier, and I don't know if you were trolling Bobby, talking about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which I actually think looks cool. I swear I'm the only person on planet Earth that think it looks decent. I get made fun of all the time. I think it's going to be good. I really like the art and the aesthetic of that world, so I'm hoping that Ubisoft is going to pull it off. I saw Bobby talking about it. That's obviously coming to Xbox as well, because he was saying that's the best looking game here. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but I think it's a cool looking game. Hopefully it's going to be fun. But really, Helldivers 2, man. Like, Helldivers 2 has got my name written all over it. And just to be a jerk, I'm going to get it on PC because I don't feel like giving Sony money. I think it looks great. I think it looks a lot of fun. I like Starship Troopers. I love that universe, and it's clearly a ripoff. I didn't know, being on the podcast last night with PTK and Pong and Fuzzy, Pong mentioning that the first one was a twin stick shooter. So this is a huge step up for the Helldivers 2 team. Yeah, way different. I'd never heard of Helldivers before until I saw the trailer, and I was like, yeah, I'm down with playing that. So I don't buy a lot of PC games outside of getting stuff on the only PC stuff I usually do is through GamePass, but that feels like one that I'm going to probably step out and spend some money on. And again, Spider-Man 2, I know a lot of people make fun of it. I absolutely loved Miles Morales. Dave makes fun of Spider-Man. So look, that's why I love podcasting. We're allowed to have different opinions. I love Spider-Man. It's one of
it's great.
My PlayStation collects dust. Spider-Man 2 is gonna blow all the dust out of the back of it, so make sure it's still working. That's good. Because I haven't touched it in a long time. That's true.
It's good to have a game like that where you can be one and done. You get through it and you're done. You never have to touch it again. And then you can go back to Starfield and play it for years and years and years.
Right.
But
and here's the thing though. Like I know you're messing around, but I am an advocate of the long experience. I love my RPGs. They almost are always my favorite games, but I also can't stand Ubisoft and a lot of companies that just make these games that are too long, in my opinion. And I kind of like sometimes where it's just a linear path, just like they're going with, Assassin's Creeds, and they're starting to go back to the old formula. Sometimes I just want a game that is only 20 to 30 hours long, and I'm okay with that. I probably won't pay for, I probably won't spend the $70. I'll probably wait for it to go down because I have a stick in my butt about the whole $70 thing. But that's a whole nother discussion. But I will end up playing that game. I'm not spending $70 on that game though. But
I keep fucking flicking through these pictures, yo. That's just, I keep looking at it
was that still playing? I'm sorry.
I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was looking at a different thing. So he's doing he's doing the copy and pasting.
Watching, I was like, damn, it doesn't look as good as I thought it did.
There's repeat. I know when he was showing me this earlier in the green room and stuff. Maybe it was yesterday too. And I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, I didn't realize it was that. Because some of these assets are copy and pasted in the same scene. It's not even like they're copying and pasting the people in the scene, and there's two of the same damn person in the same scene. That's lazy, but that's what happens. CMoney, earlier when you were talking about you want Insomniac to have the option to sit there and make a game for X amount of time, but that's what happens when you don't allow Insomniac to cook. When you expect them to hold all of Sony up on their shoulders, you're gonna repeated assets. It's a thing in the game industry. It's nothing new, but I agree with you, CMoney, on your point earlier. Let Insomniac do their thing for longer than 3 years. Stop counting on them to push out a new game. Yeah.
Well, they need
remember what first party means, first party is supposed to be the forefront of why you need a PlayStation 5, right? Not just because it's a fun game, but why do you need to upgrade, right? Sure, okay, you can gatekeep the game, but you and I all know here, everybody knows here, that Spider-Man 2 can 150% run on the PlayStation 4. They were just finally cutting it so that they can have some more people come over. Aside from the fact that it's exclusive by choice, there's nothing about this game that's saying, yo, next gen is here. Unlike how PlayStation tried to feed us that bullshit in the beginning when they said, we believe in generations.
Yeah. You know what, Money? I bet you in a year they'll make, and now we've got a special PlayStation 4 version. Just saying, they might just throw that out there.
They've done with all these other games, right?
Hey, I want to play this. I want to play this clip.
Play it,
I think we might have to make this a weekly segment,
like a thing. Oh, like what stupid shit did this guy say again this week? Let's do it. Yeah.
What idiot said?
I'm not hearing the audio. Yeah.
You're not? Okay. Hold on.
No.
I'll take that. No, I got it. Hold on. I got to bring it back up. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
This is some.
So, anyways, guys,
I avoid these
if
people
you
with
are here,
help
us. Subscribe if you're a first time to watching Gamers Council. We need some more channel members, of course, and likes. Please get those likes up. I know it sounds stupid, but it actually does help with the algorithm. With YouTube, YouTube is a bunch of jerks, so please help us get those likes up if you don't mind.
You're helping RHETRI.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, you're helping. You're helping me.
These are facts.
Yeah.
All right, here we
absolutely.
go. Let's try this time.
Let's do it.
All right. So you let me know right away if you don't.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah. Don't give them up. Don't give them a thumbs up.
There we
go. We're good. We got it.
Yeah, fuck them, dude. Like some of the. I mean, look, I don't want to like bunch everybody together, but I see some of the shit that people do. Like, fuck them. You know what I hate more than anything? I hate the fucking people that like they try to act like so nice. Like, yeah, we're just nice people. We're just nice. No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. You are a clown. I'm a clown. We are all clowns. Acknowledge yourself for what you fucking are.
Sitting in the clowns.
Okay? You're not a nice person. You're garbage. Accept it. Period. End of discussion. End of discussion. But these clips that I see, dude, I rarely come across them anymore. Holy hell. These people need to get fucking lives, bro. Like, I hope they're making good money or something off of them, because it's like, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? But that's the way of the world, man. That's how it is. They're like vultures. Yeah, that's a good description. They are.
He was talking like Cold Eastwood, people like that. That's what he was talking about.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's too.
Okay.
Maybe that's too much for them, though.
Went after Colt.
I mean,
Abdel was saying MGG said F Colt Eastwood. You know what? Here's the thing. Like, I don't have a crazy amount of love for a lot of the PlayStation content creators because they're full of shit. Like, they will drink the Kool-Aid. They'll never say anything bad about PlayStation. So I instantly don't trust you, which is, I'll talk shit about Microsoft all day long and all the race that they step on constantly because they do. But how can you trust these guys? Like,
well, the
like
first
this
mistake
doof,
you said,
they're
content creators because
they
don't create content.
You're right. I use that term loosely. So, this guy going after, I guess my point is going after a guy like Colt, whether you don't have to agree with Colt, but I think you got to know that Colt's a nice guy. Like, I'm a dick, but Colt's a nice guy. Like, the dude, there's nothing, he's probably like one of the nicest guys ever. So to go after someone like that, like that's the guy you choose to go after, that's just weak sauce, because Colt doesn't care. He's not going to come back at you. He's got more subscribers than you anyways, you douche. But this guy just one thing after another keeps coming out with bad takes. And I'm guessing, Dave, because I don't know the context to this video, because I ignore this guy like the plague if I can. But is this based on like the stuff you're just showing, like people showing up the assets that are being repeated? Is that what this video was about?
Yeah, because it was the whole thing about, just because they're calling out things and they're doing it in a nice way, he just doesn't feel that, but he does the exact same thing, exactly the same.
Dude, he calls out Xbox guys all the time,
the time.
Like, and Xbox games all the time. Like, look, we do this stuff. Like, look, I'm the Game Pass guy, but I still enjoy PlayStation stuff. But I'll still, I'll still make fun of it. Like, we gotta. It's the internet, man. Like, you can't, like, as an Xbox guy, when I say negative stuff about Microsoft and Xbox, you bet your ass I get shit in my DMs. I just do, because you morons coming out of the woodwork, you Xbox, you bots come out and you come after me too, just like the PlayStation guys. Except there's just less of you. You know what I mean? So both sides, you know, anyone who does this stuff, I don't give a shit. Nintendo fan, PlayStation fan, Xbox fan, you're all stupid. You're all equally dumb. Yeah, you're not any better because you chose the green team over the blue team or vice versa.
And by the way, Reggie wants you to know that he wants you to hit the like button too. Thanks.
But hit that like button and hit subscribe. And,
don't do it.
No.
Don't do it, Xbox.
As I go off on my tangent. But anyways, forget everything I just said and yeah, join the channel. Yeah.
Be you, man. Be you. It's true, man. It's all good. It's all good. We look, like Dirk Griggity has an amazing show, and it's a comedic show. That's why if some people really get mad at him,
Dirk's real though.
He's
like,
real and he's funny.
Yeah, he's real,
and I love his show, and I watch it all the time. I'll talk right now. He is one of my favorite YouTubers out there today, and what him and Shaun do is amazing. I just love it. But we don't do that. We don't try to go down, that road as much, but that's, but every now and again, it's like when it's something so blatant, it's kind of like when you're in, when you're a kid in the schoolyard and you keep getting picked on and picked on and picked on. One of these days, you're going to keep poking at somebody. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
poking the bear. That's
absolutely.
A good example.
I don't look here's the thing. Like, I know, like being on Boom's podcast, he's a better guy than I'll ever be. I will call out these guys all day long because, in my opinion, here's the thing: it's like a journalist, right? Once you put the words out there, that's on you. If you put the stupidness out on Twitter for the world to see, I'll call you out on it. Like, I don't care. Like, that's your problem. You know what I mean? Like, the difference is when I say something stupid, someone calls me out on, I will actually say, my bad, I screwed up. These guys won't. They won't do it. Right. They won't do it. They'll plant their flag in the ground and they'll just stick with their stupidity till forever.
One little side note on the as we wrap up the PlayStation thing, because we're gonna get out of that right now.
That up.
But MGB or whatever his freaking name is, he gave the Sony showcase an A.
Of course.
Yeah. He was a great show. I can't. Why would anybody say it's?
Oh, no. He said A. It's A for ass. The show was ass.
Yeah, no. He said it was A for excellent. It was amazing. It was fantastic. It was super. It was not. It may not have been the worst,
I gave it a 6.5. I said that last night. I'm sticking to it. Good. I'm good enough. There's some great games in there. I think the rest is not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to each their own. Bobby Dazzle, you bots. Yeah, sorry. Hey, if I offended anyone in this chat right now, if what I said just angered you, you're part of the problem. I'm just saying.
No, we love you. We love everybody. That's what he meant to say.
Sure. Remember.
I'm just kidding. No.
Exactly. I know that. I don't think our group, right? Our group isn't like that. Like we have one of the best. Like in our chat, we have one of the best communities I've ever seen. Like bar none, without a doubt.
I agree with that score, King. That would be a score I gave.
You know what's wild? Like I gave it such a higher score, and it's only literally on the backs of the two games I liked, Helldivers and Spider-Man 2. I like them so much. Like, I feel like those are actually gonna be good. Like, I'm actually excited for them. I gave it an 8.
Wow, that's cool.
I gave it an 8.
See,
I scored it higher than IGN scored Starfield.
Love 'em or hate them. That's why I love like the people that we put on the on this podcast. CMoney, a lot of you are like, hey, oh my god, he crazy. That's
welcome,
his opinion,
man.
Right?
Yo,
right?
Tool Man.
I appreciate the honesty, man.
You delete those two games from the show, or if Spider-Man showed up like it did last time, you're at. I wouldn't even cross the 4. It would have been like a 2. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting 6 points for Spider-Man and Helldivers for me, because those actually look like games that I actually am excited to check out at some point after Starfield.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, CMoney, 100%. Boom is great. We love Boom here.
RHETRI, I want to call an audible.
Yeah, do it.
We're not going to talk
audibles,
about the Nintendo showcase.
Nah,
because it was good and we all agree, and Psychonauts didn't get a chance to watch it because he was busy. So we're just going to skip it all together. And I'm sorry if you wanted to tune in for that one, but I do have something I do want to talk about.
Do it. Audible. I love audibles, man.
Here we go.
And
I'm
gonna be a good one though.
I think so. As we wrap up the show, I think this is a good way to end it. And I think you're going to agree with me. I'm going to play this little trailer, this little clip, and then we'll discuss what's coming up this week. Oh yeah. Ready?
Do your thing, Twitter.
Ready.
Yeah.
Minasan konnichiwa, Xbox Snowfield desu.
Konnichiwa.
Thrilled to be back at the Tokyo Game Show this year with the Xbox digital broadcast. We invite players in Japan and around the world to tune in to Xbox social channels on Thursday, the 21st of September at 6 p.m. Japan Standard Time, where we will share updates from our studios and a diverse lineup of games from creators predominantly located in Japan and across Asia. The future for Xbox in Japan is bright, and we can't wait to share these updates with all of you. From everyone at Team Xbox, we hope you have a great Tokyo Game Show.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
There we go.
Whoops. There we go. Did I pull it off? There we go. All right, sorry.
Yeah, you're
Still
good.
playing in my ear. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good.
I turned it off. But yeah, Phil, man, he's gonna be there. Sarah's gonna be there. What's his name is gonna be there? What is his name? Oh my God, Aaron Greenberg.
Aaron.
His name.
Yeah,
Aaron's gonna be there, and a bunch of others. So this isn't gonna be a little, here's a few little snack. I think this is gonna be big. I think this is gonna be nice, and it's going to be this Thursday. And what are you guys thinking? What do you guys think what are you anticipating? Do you think there's going to be some announcements, maybe a studio purchase that can do that with not affecting the acquisition? Anything like that you guys think we might hear? RHETRI, I'm going to go to you first.
Honestly, I don't know. TGS is a little bit of a question mark for me. They've been kind of hiding like what the hell could possibly. Obviously, it's going to be for the Asian gamers. It's going to be circled around them, which is great because I want Xbox to do more of that because they obviously need that market share and some of those games, and I like some of those games. I'm curious to see maybe. I don't think this will happen, but I would like this to happen. Kojima, whatever the hell is going on, as a person who's actually not even a Kojima fan, don't hate me. I want to see what the heck it is that he's working with Xbox on. I want to see how they're going to leverage the cloud. It's been touted forever, and the only people who are really kind of leveraging that is the flying game, which my brain is not working right now. That seems to be the only thing that's like leveraging the cloud right now. But I'd also like to see something. I don't think we'll see like an acquisition, but I'd like to see some more partnership with Sega.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll, there's super games. I've been saying this for a while. Maybe we'll see the Crazy Taxi Driver and those types of games coming out for Game Pass. More Jet Set Radio. Thank you. That was the other one. Jet Set Radio is probably higher on my list than the other game. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sarah said a long time ago they had over 100 smaller developers that they were working with over there. So, and we've seen a lot of those games, whether people know that or not. A lot of those indie games have already hit Game Pass, a ton of them actually. I'd like to see more of those relationships and see what flourishes, what happens. But I don't know. Psychonauts, do you have any expectations of this or what you think might be coming to TGS with Xbox?
I think we'll definitely get a no acquisitions. Me personally, but team ups, kind of like what they did with Sega earlier with the super games that they were making with Jura. I think we're going to get, and we've seen the relationship that blossomed from that. You know, Atlas games are coming to Xbox, which no one in a million years has thought of. So I think we're going to get another team up either with Bandai Namco, because we kind of been seeing like Xbox, like when you see Armored Core 6, you see it kind of related with Xbox. So we're seeing like this new engagement with Xbox with Bandai. So we, you know, they put in what is it, Scarlet Nexus, that was in Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
So we possibly get a Armored Core 6 Game Pass announcement, possibly.
Oh, jeez, please, yes. I love that prediction. I love that. I hope so.
Possibly we could get a with Square. I think we won't get the Final Fantasy VII remake announcement yet. I think they're gonna wait. I think they're gonna hold off a little bit. But I think we're gonna get Pixel remaster into Game Pass. We possibly could see one of the newer Dragon Quest game. I think it's Adventure of Dai. That game is coming out. Possibly because you know
and that would be huge. Dragon Quest is massive over there, so it might not move the needle here, but it definitely will there.
Correct.
I think Final Fantasy's big over there. Dragon Quest, man.
Yes, Dragon Quest is the new Final Fantasy. 7 or Final Fantasy series, pretty much. Because you saw where Final Fantasy went. It went towards the PlayStation flavor, which is action beat 'em up, and that has never been a Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy's at least a role-playing game. They kind of stepped away from the turn-based role-playing, but it was always role-playing. So I think we're going to get a lot of stuff. So those are just a couple of my thoughts of what we could see.
Yeah.
Nice.
CMoney, what do you think, brother? You got anything for this? I know kind of TGS is a little bit of mystery, so what you got?
So this is the thing. I feel like Phil understands when he goes on stage now that if he's going on stage and making an announcement and we're hearing that Sarah Bond's going to be there, we're hearing that these other people are going to be there, I feel like he has something for us. If I always go back to the E3 interview with Giant Bomb on the couch, Matt Booty saying there's multiple beats to go ahead and keep showing our stuff. And TGS is one of those beats. It's a place to show us something new. So I mean, somebody in the chat kind of threw me for a loop a little bit because, you know, Kojima, kind of like you said, he has such a tight relationship with Keeley that, you know, maybe that's where he would go with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Whoever said that in chat,
is he more Japanese or is he more of a friend with Keeley? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to represent for your Japanese family, or are you going to worry about Keeley? Especially, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think something is going to be announced from them, whether it's something we know about and we're waiting to finally see, like a Kojima situation, or maybe they just have Tango. Remember, Tango.
Yes,
they have two teams.
Good point, brother.
Ghostwire Tokyo is already 2 years old. Not that we're going to see something that's coming out tomorrow, but they have time to put something together to show us, hey, look at what Tango's working on.
Oh yeah,
like I can see them come with something. So I do feel like they're gonna do it, and I also feel like this is gonna be a big Game Pass situation.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see a lot in the Game Pass. Somebody brought it up in the chat, but I was already thinking it. Octopath Traveler 2 skipped us.
Yeah.
Didn't do much of crap.
Good call.
They just made love with Square. So maybe we're going to be getting Octopath 2 in Game Pass.
Nice.
So that would be really, really dope. And you know, I don't put past anything with Bandai Namco because they have been in bed plenty of times. Maybe this is finally when we're gonna get Elden Ring in Game Pass. It's been long enough, right?
Yeah.
It's been enough time. The kind of fever of Elden Ring has kind of gone down a little bit. They're coming out with there's an expansion, right? Coming or something like that they're working on. Am I mistaken?
I can't remember when that's coming out or if it already did.
It's in the works.
But they are, right? So what the perfect way to pump up your potential buyers of the DLC? Put it into Game Pass, take the bag, plus they got to upgrade for that DLC. Come on, man.
And then after they get them hooked, once it's off of Game Pass, then they need to go ahead and buy the base game to continue playing.
Exactly.
Just saying.
So I feel like this could be a big TGS, man. I feel like it could be a big TGS.
I think it's going to be big for sure. And Kojima game was officially announced last Tokyo Game Show. So
glad you brought that up.
Could he show something this time? Maybe a little tease?
I feel like remember it's an old
little
game.
Title card, something.
Like he's been working on this game. This is going to be if I'm not mistaken, this is the same game he was working on with Stadia.
Yeah, he's
not scratching that game.
And he also has a big team that he can do multiple projects because he's the director,
right?
At the same time, so they can be doing stuff over here. He can be another team working over here, and he can bounce between the different projects and make sure that it gets to their fruition. And he's faster too. As far as getting the product out, he really. He's got that system down. That's one of the things about him. He pumped out the original Death Stranding was pumped out in just like 3 years, 3.5 with the marketing.
Right.
And they don't they don't waste anything.
Right.
So they start making production release quality assets right from the beginning. So they go and they make it, and as they make the game, they don't that's the game, they just keep building forward. So there's gotta be something that they can show to wet that whistle. You know what I'm saying?
The first Death Stranding, they showed just some little weird little clips of Rita's holding the baby and stuff. Everybody's like, what in the world? And you didn't need anything else because you were just like, I'm hooked. I need to find out more.
Because the intrigue was there, right? Because it was like, what the hell did I just watch?
We got 2 super chats and a new channel member to read.
All right, JD Gamer with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Panel, predict Xbox Series overall sales in Japan. Oh, Jesus. You want us to predict the sales in Japan? You talking like this generation, JD?
Like right now or lifetime?
Yeah, not good. Maybe next gen. Look, it's Japan. This Xbox is putting in the work now for it to help them probably next gen. Let's be honest. The sales in Japan are not going to be good this gen. They're just not. They were horrendous the last time I looked at them. I can't remember what they were, but they were not good.
The one answer I'll say on that is in Japan, it's not necessarily as much about the hardware as it is about getting into the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Because
good point.
Biggest selling game system over there isn't a PlayStation 5, it's the Switch. Mobile, on the go. You can get Game Pass on your phone, on your tablet, on the go in those speedy trains in Japan, and there you go. Just saying, if you get in the ecosystem, that's where I think they'll make the biggest. And if they ever release Game Pass numbers just for Japan, I think it'd probably surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell. We know cloud ain't doing crap for Xbox, but the infrastructure there is completely different. And as long as they keep putting stuff out that Japanese gamers care about, then they'll start chipping away at Sony and Nintendo. It's going to happen over time, but it's going to take Sega, man. It's a long road. Yeah, absolutely. I gotta get a huge publisher over there, no matter whoever it is. But Sega,
you know what's fun about that? Saying that
massive.
Is the fact that that's not even a
a taboo thing to
say,
kind
of idea.
Yeah,
they literally already
used
told
to be,
us
though.
the email they were going to buy them. And they will they will go forward. It's gonna happen.
Awesome. Awesome. We got another super chat. We got a new member, and we also have a member chat to read too. So
all right, Sapa with the $2 super chat. Have you guys tried MK1 yet? Thoughts? I'll start. I haven't. I'm probably gonna wait for MK1 to go on sale, just because I have a little thing about fighting games and their longevity and worth. for being $70 again kind of bugs me. It's a personal thing. It's a me problem. It's not anyone else's problem. But I love the last one. The last one it brought me back to Mortal Kombat. So, and this one, and knowing what happened in the last one and the story going forward, them bringing like more story to Mortal Kombat, I think was a very good idea. And for me, it's probably my favorite fighting game franchise. But you guys, has anyone playing MK1 or plan on it or
it's
what?
A Starfield problem, bro. It's a Starfield problem. I want it. I want to play it. Like I was talking to Dusty the other day, and we were like, man, like MK looks so good, and I'm like, yo, it does so look good, so good. Like I want it.
It's no denying that.
I'm not
just like Street Fighter. Look like fire, but I haven't played it yet. It looks absolutely amazing.
Starfield just looks, it's so good that I find it so like I just can't. I'll just be buying it to buy it. So just like RHETRI, I'm waiting for that deep sale. Either Black Friday.
I hate to say it,
or maybe like
studio deserves it.
Sale. Yeah, but you know what? WB needs to get bought by Xbox too, so we can stop this conversation.
Oh goodness!
Let's stop this conversation. Buy them. You have no more problems.
Okay, where's Ron TJ in the chat to say buy them all?
I've been saying WB forever. Hargeet Chani 2, Infinite Umbra. There's a bunch of us that are down with the WB bio. Psychonauts, what about you, brother?
Yeah,
MK1.
I have not played it, but I've been on the bandwagon of WB being bought.
Yep.
Way back when.
Go.
And
Dave, it sounds like you're not on this bandwagon.
So
I'm on it.
When they got
like your lack of excitement for the idea.
Go ahead.
When Xbox had a sit down with WB, we knew that something was up, and then there was, when it came out with everything, especially what Discovery went through, there was so much hoopla that by buying the studio, the games, they wanted the entire thing to be bought. And Microsoft to the AT&T is like, yo, we're not taking all this on just because you had poor business decisions. We're not
because y'all effed up, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna bail you out. We're not Fannie Mae. So so I guarantee like the IPs probably stayed with them, and they will license out. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. Like no, they need it. Whatever studio that they get with WB, it has to come with the IPs. That's the only way.
100%.
At least the the IPs for gaming. Yeah, they can be movies, whatever. But
movies,
gaming ones,
and we could see that. I think that's more possible, Dave, than anything. I like that you brought that up.
Right, so we have
don't forget Wonder Woman does not have any consoles attached to it.
Not yet.
Just saying. Why wait? Something can get bought. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so we have a new channel member, Sabriel. Welcome,
Sabriel.
And then I'd like you to read his comments. I'll just put them up on the screen for you real quick.
Yeah, Sabriel. No crossplay at launch means I ain't buying MK1 till they add that, which they did say they will add. I didn't even know that. So thank you for bringing that up. Wow, that's a little shocking.
We have a channel member,
Gerald Mack. Oh, my guy. I love this dude. Member for 2 months. We're
gonna get you on the show one of these nights, buddy.
Absolutely. We will definitely get you on the show, Gerald. Only pot addicts more than Starfield. Yeah, absolutely. I love Gerald, man. He's one of the best people in this community for sure. JD Gamer with a $2 super chat. Will the Xbox Series sales beat the 360 sales like overall? That's a great question, actually, JD.
Hope so.
I'm not going first.
I feel like they're poised to.
Yes.
I feel like they're poised to. But I will say that I'm leaning more into the idea that they're gonna skip the mid-gen and jump early into the next gen, because I feel like because of COVID and everything that kind of took place, it stalled the onslaught of games that they were going to have for this gen, right? So in 2018, when they bought all those studios, they're thinking, yo, we're going to start this next gen with such a bang. It's not even going to be funny, and we're going to skyrocket because they couldn't. And it's not until 3 years in that we're just starting to hit that real rhythm of where we're going to be going. I just don't think it's going to pick up the pace that they want it to be. Like, it'll pick up a pace, but it'll be too late. So it's almost like cut your losses on this system. Go a year early, 2027, start the new generation with a bang. You're talking, we're in 2023, 2027. You have Elder Scrolls 6 launch with the new system. Boom. To the moon, baby. To the moon.
Okay. I kind of like that. Where are you going, CMoney? I like that a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What was where the heck was it? Talos. Yeah, I was just laughing at Talos saying Linda Carter's my Wonder Woman. Yeah, you old school. I see you. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I'm right there with him.
You like
I know, me too. That's why I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Because I'm old.
Because we're gray beards right here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So Gerald Max saying I'd love to be on the show. It starts at a perfect time on Sunday, which is my Friday. All right. Awesome, Gerald. Yeah, we'll definitely have you on, brother. We'll put you in a rotation for sure.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll make it
without a doubt. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I don't know how much I got left here. We're going overtime as usual because we can talk. But just to talk about this real quick, next week on Game Pass is a pretty good week. We got Liza P, Party Animals, and Payday 3. God, like if it wasn't for Starfield, like I think all three of these games interest me. I was very excited about Liza P, especially after getting into Elden Ring and kind of get into coming up, brother.
Yeah, this is this week.
All three coming out this week. Yeah, this is a stack. Payday 3, I think looks great. Party Animals, I think is going to be a ton of fun. I think that'll be a hit, probably for a lot of people who probably are not touching Starfield. I think it's possibly the new Fall Guys. That's what I'm saying. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. Maybe that game will suck, but it looked like a ton of fun.
Family.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, it's a party game, dude. Sure, it's an absolute party game. Absolutely. So. That's what's coming out. I don't know. Are you guys interested in any of these games coming out? Are you gonna actually step away from Starfield, or is this gonna join the massive amount of backlog, like with everything else? What say you, Psychonauts? What do you think?
Yeah, so Party Animals is going to be one of those games that we will just get together with a couple friends, like Mav, Caitlin, everybody, others from the community will just get online just to shoot the shit, see how the day went,
right,
and then just play some Party Animals for 20-30 minutes, and then all right, off to Starfield we all go. Because that's the thing with Caitlin, she's fell in love with Starfield, and she's not into these games. So yeah, Party Animals probably one of them. Liza P, I definitely want to play, but I'm not gonna give it justice that it deserves to play start to finish because of Starfield. So I'm just gonna hold off until I get to either I beat the game, and then I know the new Game Plus is a whole different animal. I'll play something else and then come back because there's still Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't game anymore. There's too much. There's too much.
There's so much. We're spoiled for riches, baby.
We were complaining there was not enough games last generation.
Exactly.
We're 3 years in so far, and we're like, yo, pump the brakes a little bit, guys. There is too much. There is so much coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. CMoney, what say you about these three coming out? Are you going to be a crazy person like I was for 20 minutes and try test out any of these games?
I mean, this is the thing. This is the beauty for us about having the channel, right? Because we do it's not one of our set shows, but we do have streaming shows where we do stream, games with my wife. Her, Doodles Never Have Ever Played or First Impressions. So for us, we're going to use the channel to play some of these games. So for sure, launch day, if it's in Game Pass, I'll put on Liza P. We'll stream that. We'll stream Payday 3. maybe Cocoon, but like outside of that is where I'm not happening. You know, like outside of that, like I'm not dropping Starfield to play any of these games seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like we have this one night stand. You know what I'm saying? But, but I'm going back home to the missus tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, I love that you said that because I actually said that the other day when I was on PTK when I played Overwatch for a little bit in the fishing game. I legit was like, I felt like I was cheating on my girl Starfield. I gotta go back to her, apologize.
For real. Seriously. But outside of that, the games, I mean, the fact that these games are coming out again, like it's the best time to be an Xbox gamer. It's the best time to be an Xbox gamer because Xbox
only gonna get better.
They want this. They don't want the title of being the #1 console. That doesn't matter to them, right? What they want is to be in the hearts of the gamers, right? And you might be a PlayStation head and you might go ahead and buy your PlayStation and focus over there, but at some point or another, you're gonna glance over here and you're gonna be like, damn, they eating good. They eating real good. What was that? $15, $18? That's it. 15. What is it? 15 now, right? I don't even know. I just have it on auto pay, but I think it's 15, right?
Like $16.99, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
17. Yeah. Just boost it up, right? So like $17, 17. What? Come on, man. Like they're giving us so much for our dollar, whether it's third-party deals or whether it's the first party. And it's just starting. Like they don't even know, bro. They don't even know what's coming when you got next year and you got 4 massive games. They're gonna they still holding on to like the idea of Redfall being a big game that was like not very well done.
Yeah.
Right. But like we already know what happened. Okay, Phil, he thought they had it. They didn't have it. No problem. Never happened again. Everything else we're getting have all been cooking for a long time, and these are gonna hit so hard. And they're coming. How much? El gratis, right into our subscription, baby. It's such a great time to be an Xbox fan.
Absolutely,
you got to reach out. You got to start a program. Like if you know a PlayStation fan, reach out. Help us. You know what I'm saying? Help guide them
over. Yeah, let them know. Let them know the grass is actually greener on the green side. Absolutely.
That's why we're green, baby, because the grass is greener here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Look, I started my Game Pass like show and journey in the worst year in the history of Xbox because I saw their game plan. I'm like, this ain't going away. It's gonna work. Like I trusted what they were doing in Game Pass, and it's the year. It's like we've been waiting forever. It's happening right in front of us. So I'm super happy that that's happening. Gerald Mack with the $2 super chat. New name for toxic fanboys is the anti-gamer. I like that, Gerald. Yeah, you see, Gerald's always out here talking positivity, man. Like, and appreciate people like him out in the community. Just a gamer, right? Just doing your thing, man. Absolutely. I think there was another. Was there another super chat after that I missed, or no?
No, that was it. I hit the wrong button when I went back. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's what we got, guys. If before we end this show, though, I want to thank everyone for being here, coming out tonight, chat. If you can help us get some extra subscribers, share the show out, please do that. Get us to 300 likes if you're watching this after the fact. Please hit that like button. We've been getting really good playback after the fact, after this goes live. And if you want to join us, join the channel as well. It's as easy as paying just $1 a month, $12 a year, whatever you want to do. And you'll get some perks out of it. You'll get some awesome emojis and all that jazz, and you'll get an extra show, which we'll be doing this Saturday. Is that right, Dave? I got that right?
Right. Yes, this Saturday.
Yes,
we're
this
Saturday.
We're
gonna have Steel Rain on.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. So
that's right.
It's gonna be wild. Gonna be fun.
Yeah. And we got crazy plans for awesome other future guests on our shows that we normally can't get on this show because of conflicts and stuff. Like we've had, King David on our special show and other great people as well. And we're going to continue to do that. for you guys. So
like
if
we're
you guys
working
want
on
to become
getting
members,
Fonz
go
gaming
for it.
for a day, and that'll be good. We
100%.
do have another super chat that just jumped in.
All right, let's see it. All right, so Victor, WebDave, Apple, iPhone, and maybe Samsung, excuse me, could introduce native gaming with TV docking to phones, increasing platforms into the billions. That's a good point. Yeah, we didn't. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's that's smart thinking, man. We'll see what happens. I know Boom has been pushing this, and Dave has talked about it a lot, and that's like Microsoft getting finally breaking the barrier through Google and iOS and getting their own storefront on there. And trust me, Microsoft wants that because they know mobile is where the money is. So yeah, that's a great point that you just brought up there. We'll see. The future is looking bright for gaming, especially mobile. We just saw with the iPhone 15 and all that jazz is going on with that, and the whole ray tracing, and smartphones are just becoming ridiculously powerful. So it's not for me, but it's clearly for the majority. That's another another topic, another day. But yeah, Victor, maybe we'll bring that up and another show for sure. Because that is it's a juggernaut. It can't be ignored. Like we sit here, we love like the PC gaming, we love the console gaming, but the monster is mobile. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, good show tonight, guys. Thanks for coming out. Love y'all.
Yes, great show. We really appreciate everybody being here. Tons of people in the chat tonight. It was great. Lots of interactivity. We appreciate that, and we do try. Obviously, we appreciate super chats, but we do try and get everybody's point of view up on the screen as best we can. So we appreciate your patience with us, and we do love that you're here. And I do have one thing. We have somebody in the chat right now named Fark you, man. Fark you. I'm just kidding. I love Fark you.
Love that guy.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Jim Ryan's pretty cool too.
Anyway,
Yeah,
he's all right.
So yeah, he's all right. But yeah, but man, appreciate everybody being here. Let's let them go around the horn real quick. I'm going to start with Psychonauts. Psychonauts, tell everybody where they can find you and what shows you're on and when you're available.
Yes, thank you guys for having me out. It was an awesome time on Gamers Council tonight. Chat, you guys were awesome, great conversations, always bringing that energy, and thank you for coming. You can find me everywhere on social media, Psychonauts 8. You can find me Mondays on FSP at 10 o'clock, where we talk Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, and whatever else. You can find me on Tuesdays. We brought back Fun Pop, where we talk movies, games, and everything at Tuesdays at 10. And then on Fridays is our big show on the Fun Speculation channel. You can find us on Xbox Ultimate at 10 o'clock, where we talk nothing but Xbox and have a great time. We go left quite a bit, and
that's why we love it. Yeah,
and it's it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys for having me coming out tonight. It was an awesome time, and again, thank you.
Awesome, man.
Thank you, man.
Dude, I do really appreciate you being here. You definitely have been on our list for a while, and I'm glad it worked out for you to be on tonight. So thank you so much, and hopefully in the future you'll come back, because we'd love to have you back again. So we'll reach out and see if we can make that happen, because that was awesome having you on tonight. And plus two, the descriptions below have the links for everybody in the show, and on all their links, as far as on the X and so hard to say, and Twitter.
I won't. I refuse.
And I think I even have it in the description. I have X/Twitter, and then the links in there for everybody. But and then also the YouTube channel, and how to find Fun Speculation, and then of course CMoney. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Absolutely. First of all, guys, thank you so much. God.
Absolutely.
I was like, of course, absolutely, I'll come back, man. I love this place. This is a fun time, man. So I really appreciate hanging with you guys again. Psychonauts, it was awesome. This first time kind of rocking with you, man. So it was very dope to meet you. Awesome. yeah, it's definitely a fun night. Guys, you can catch us on our channel, OnPoint for Gamers. It's funny that we brought up this topic, Victor, because yesterday we had our show OnPoint, the gaming newscast, which is at 3 o'clock on Saturdays, 3 o'clock Eastern time. And that was actually the topic of the show. We spent a good hour and 20 minutes discussing the wrath of Apple, the wrath that's coming, that people are sleeping on and nobody's even paying attention to it because they think it's a phone. Why would it be there? If my phone can play Resident Evil 4, the full fat Resident Evil 4, not a mobile version, and it's just in my pocket, and I get a notification that says, hey, Resident Evil 4 is available right now. That's a whole different game. So, guys, I would definitely suggest you come check out that show from yesterday. We actually even broke it out. Like, it was such a big deal. We broke it out, and it's just a video on our channel too, where that whole topic is there. So definitely come check us out. So that show was yesterday, which is every Saturday we do that. Tomorrow morning quests with me and Doodle, which is my wife. She was in the chat earlier. 9 a.m. Eastern time, we start the week off right. We talk a little gaming, kind of catch up on anything that happened throughout the weekend or some topics that we missed on our show or some, chats or whatever. We just have a great time. So definitely come see. And Psychonauts on Tuesday, we have our guest show, which is called Her, Him, and a Guest. And none other than Mav from Fun Speculation will be joining us. It's gonna be a great time. I hope I see you guys all there. Show Mav some love. But it's gonna be a fun one. So definitely come by and come rock with us. And then Friday nights we have our show that we actually broke out of our main show, so we wouldn't have 7-hour podcasts anymore. So now we have a show on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is called OnPoint Anime and Beyond. And yeah, it's our anime, TV, movie podcast where we get to kind of hang out. This week it's me, Doodle, and my son, but we actually have Dusty from the Dusty Uno or the G Wave. He's going to be joining us while we talk about, all the fun anime and movie, superhero, whatever, all the fun news coming out this week. And that's us, man. We appreciate it. We'd love to have you guys come swing by. You can follow me at CMoney Forever on Twitter. But guys, again, thank you so much. Love being here. It's such a fun time.
We
I love you guys' format. It's a great way of doing podcasts.
Appreciate that, man.
Thanks, dude.
Try to keep it loose.
Yeah,
loosey goosey here.
Have a little fun, but still keep it on point. And and you guys did a show. You like that, didn't you? You guys had a show not too long ago with King David, right? That was one of your
So this past week on Tuesday, we had our man King David, which, man, that's a good episode. We went almost 4 hours. It was like 3.5 hours. It was wild.
And you can watch it right now live. It's there. It's free. It's on pay-per-view. It costs nothing. It's free. There. Watch it.
Free. Free. Yeah, just come by. And then if we're talking about the king, we gotta always bring it back to the man himself, the man who was in the chat earlier, Mr. Boomstick XL. He was our first guest the week before. So definitely come check it out, man. It's fun times. We have a good time. And yeah, thank you, WebDave, for bringing that up.
Oh man, like I said, I watch your stuff, man.
Yeah.
I watch
good stuff, man.
It is good stuff. RHETRI, buddy, as I drop your link in the chat. Plus, you're also in the description as well below. Tell everyone where they can find you. And everybody is still left and is watching this on replay. Please go to his channel. It's in the description below. And subscribe to his channel because he has some things in the works that are coming out pretty soon, and we're all excited about that. We're going to support our man RHETRI. So
yeah. So for me, guys,
you did, by the way, too. Just FYI, that last one you did, that was so dope.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to get more videos out there. Also trying to get some other creators to join my channel as well. But it's tough because I'm picky, so I'm not taking just anybody because I want to put out the best stuff that you guys can get. You guys can find me GamePass_daily, obviously on Twitter, where I put all kinds of stuff out about Game Pass, and Game Pass Daily on YouTube, which will be having some new things coming up soon. I don't want to talk about it quite yet because we're still in the works of it, but there is more stuff coming very soon, and I'm super excited about it. So thank you guys for coming out tonight. Like super appreciated. The chat was on fire. What I love about this show and what I'm gonna be doing on future shows as well as my own stuff is just getting the community involved directly, and not just having like just a bunch of people talking on podcasts, but bringing you into the conversation. It is one of the reasons that I joined up with WebDave, because we decided from day one that's what we were going to do, and I love that. That's what I love about this show. So I feel like it's a little bit different than what a lot of people do. Like Dave said, we'll put up all kinds of stuff onto the screen because you guys come up with so many good points, and the things that you have to say too. It's important, man. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, CMoney. Appreciate you, Psychonauts, for coming out tonight, man. What a great show. And you guys are obviously, you'll be back. We'll be inviting you. So yeah. So great show, everybody. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
As long as you accept the invitation to come back.
right. Yeah. If you say no, we'll know what type of time you had while you were here.
Oh man.
Oh, goodness. Well, guys, everybody, thank you so much for being here and joining us. Please hit that like button on your way out. It's greatly appreciated. It seems like such a little thing, and I even hate to ask, but it really does help us grow. And that's what we want to do, is grow to get even more content out for you guys. Well, thank you all so much for being here. And thanks everybody for joining us here on the Gamers Council.
Game